You have no idea how the
Hello
past.
everyone, Felix here, and say hi to Kilroy, he's back! He's in fact back! Kilroy, we're live, Kilroy.
My dear friend, you have no idea how the past 24 hours of my life has been.
Yeah, like, I have been, again, to preface this, like I told you, unfortunately I don't have access to this game myself, because I'm running on this, like, whole Frankenstein setup of her laptop right now. Hopefully I can replace it soon. And First Light is a bit expensive at the moment. It's a bit it's like I think it's $60 or $70 last time I checked. Afternoon. Hello, Yike. Glad to see you again.
Hello, brother.
Glad you could join us. But yeah, so this was originally going to be a shorter like little, like, what I called Chud Rants, where I kind of like I talk about, like, I've only done this a couple times before, but this was me discussing some kind of drama going on, or culture war going on with one side of a community, and just some elements of this. So, like,
Can I interrupt you 2 seconds?
yeah.
A friend of mine forgot something in my apartment, and I need to give it back. So simply do the intro. I'm back in 2 minutes.
All right. Gotcha. I'll let you take care of that. But okay. So, but yeah. So for those who don't know, Shutterance is this little thing that I do sometimes in regards to drama. Like, I don't do it often. I don't, like, regard it as a fixture of my content because I'm not a drama tuber or whatever. But whenever something big comes up, like a big story, a big scoop comes up, I can't help but talk about it. The first time, and unfortunately I'm still editing that VOD, is this whole controversy going on in regards to Snowbreak and Love and Deep Space, those two gacha games over from China. They raised a really big stink over here in regards to the double standard in how people were being treated, and there's a lot of tension between those communities, and I decided to cover that. I still have to edit that VOD, I'm sorry. The other side of it is, the other one that I did was Resident Evil 9, and the sort of commentary on the double standard of how male characters are treated versus the female characters, how the game could have been improved with, like, the whole, like, how the way that Capcom really went all in for, like, sexualizing Leon, but not doing the same much for, say, Grace Ashcroft. That was another big one that I covered, and like, I am, like, despite this not being, like, a fixture of my streams, I am kind of proud of me being able to cover that, because it is a genuine interest that I have. I said to Pippa some time ago, we're all like, yeah, you might, like, I call it Chud Rants for a reason. I am a bit of a chud. I do lean that way. It's how it is, and I'm kind of proud of it. But we're all fighting our little culture wars. Some people take it too far. Some people don't take it far enough. And in my case, I'm sort of playing devil's advocate against a lot of the drama, because there's been a lot of accusations that 007 First Light is woke, and it's not. Oh, you back, Kilroy?
I've heard of that. I've seen it.
Yeah, there's.
I have, because I'm a nerd and I'm on Twitter. I'm like, man, I'm gonna do something stupid today. I'm going to check on the search bar 007 First Light.
Yeah.
Latest, and then I'm like, oh, that's accusation, but that's baseless. That's baseless.
Yeah,
that's,
that, like, I think it started when. This kind of started when I saw this video from this guy called Yellow Flash. I might play it. Again, this is normally from people that I trust. Like, I guess to have, or just have reasonable takes. Yeah. Yellow Flash. Let me go find it real quick. It started here. This whole, like, it was this whole rant right here I didn't. I ended up not watching the video because I wanted to go in. I wanted to go in like unadulterated. I didn't want to. I didn't want to like spoil my own ideas of the game because again, as like to be entirely honest. Okay, well, yeah, we'll get into that later. To be entirely honest, First Light was one of those things where I saw it and I was skeptical. I was hardcore skeptical. I was going again like because like I already went through the trauma of Amazon, like corporate Amazon that already ruined that already ruined my baby Fallout. It already
I saw that one. I
this
saw this one.
which one this little I'll get into this in a second because well yeah like I have okay
On the fucking verge of writing. By the way, you do know that this is simply her comment.
yeah like look okay for context Cressida here this lady here is talking like looking down on the Sunny Fang poster. Here, the thing is, she's an upper class British twit. She is like literally like a rich like this rich snobby bitch from the UK. Of course, she would have an opinion like that. Like who was raised in a political family. Of course, she would talk like this. Like yeah, she's friendly to Bond and all that. She's like still considered a good guy. But that like she's still. This is literally an example of Cressida just having a woman moment. It's just a woman moment. It is an in-universe woman moment. It's not lecturing the player. It's not lecturing Bond. It's an in-universe woman moment. And best part is, later on in the story, we find out she, like, if you pick this poster, you grow, like, you learn that she ends up liking the martial, like, the Kung Fu movie anyway. Yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's like, it's this whole little, like, it's sort of mocking this idea of, like, this upper class, like political liberal thinking, like because like, and it's Cressida's own fault for being short-sighted because, okay, so yes, in universe spoiler, her boyfriend, Monroe. Oh man, I gotta get into Monroe in a second. I missed that guy. Monroe takes her out on a date to see this movie, and she ends up liking it. Oh, say that again. You're kind of cutting into you're kind of cutting your mic.
I'm saying full spoilers. I'm going full deep dive here. I have a lot to say about this game, and I want to say real quick. This game has
it's not woke. It's like I don't know why people are ranting about it, like treating it like it is. It's still like again this game like again IO Interactive has its own set of problems behind the scenes. It's still a modern corporation with DEI whatever going on the side, but you can't see this in this game. You can tell they really unironically tried to please the chuds like me and people like Kilroy who are very appreciative of like corpos keeping their modern politics out of these games. There are political elements, but it's not social. Most of it revolves around the story's actually interesting. A lot about AI.
Get the fuck out. Get the hell out of this stream, brother. I want to play the game. Should I be hearing this? No.
Yeah, if you want to play this game, yike, you better leave because there's a lot that we are going full in deep dive. We have both seen this game until the end. Unfortunately I'm not able to play it, but I've watched it through Doki Bird. Henya the Genius, if you know Henya or Pikami, that's her. And this flesh tuber named React Like Barry, he's the guy that reacted to this military veteran who reacted to Girls on Panzer. He did a full playthrough of the game, and his is the perspective that I watched the most because his he's not familiar with James Bond, so hearing him as this big redneck guy reacting to James Bond it was a really fun and interesting even if he is a flesh tuber. But yeah, go ahead.
Because I want to be straight up with you guys. I want to thank Arsenal, a friend of mine on Discord, who I'm playing a G.I. Joe game. I'm running the G.I. Joe game that he plays with me. And I want to say thank you to this person who spent 115 Canadian dollar to PayPal me so I could buy this game.
Yeah.
I want to say
Shout out to Arsenal. Real, genuine bro.
this is insane. He owed me a pair of katanas and they got lost in the mail.
Oh,
And
oh wow.
yeah.
Like actual katanas.
They were blunt.
Oh, they were like blunt like replica swords.
Yeah,
That's still cool though. That's I still want to have a sword because that's really cool.
Felix, you don't
Yeah.
get it. It's two katanas,
Oh.
custom made, GI Cobra themed.
Oh wow.
I have one base of the DMPC character I'm playing, and one for Cobra Commander.
Oh.
They were godlike, and they got lost in the mail.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. I'm sorry you had to go through that. But at least you have this game. At least you got you this game.
And I told him, listen, you promised me. I told the guy, listen, you promised me this, but I know you couldn't enter the bargain. So here's the second best thing you can do to me, and I will owe you. We're gonna be even. And I have, while playing the game, while I was doing the web shootout, and when I just fucking nerd the hell out of
Okay,
I
which
went
web shootout? There's a lot of web shootouts.
and told him, brother, I owe you one.
Yeah.
This fucking game I have played in 15 years of my life. Being a fan of Star Wars, being a fan of Payday, of Saints Row, seeing my favorite franchise going up the fucking wazoo, and dealing with Greg Bond. First fight healed all of that. Yeah.
And that's a big statement coming from because we all know how you don't because I like some even though I don't like Craig Spawn as a character, I like a lot of his movies. But hearing that from you because of this really flipped a lot of Craig's formulas on its head,
Brother,
plot wise.
It made it better. It smoked him. It smoked Craig out of the water. Craig, statesman in Casino Royale he's earning the tux, he's earning the 00, he's becoming the legend. Fine, fair enough. What do we get? Talking and talking and talking and hey Felix, guess the fuck what?
He goes wrong.
And then
He goes wrong 15 times. Okay, but you can but look, again, spoilers. Okay, we can't complain about Craig's Bond going rogue every mission and then praise First Light because you know what happens First Light. Oh boy, what is he doing? He's going rogue.
It's 9 out of 10, and for a reason, because this game is not 10. I'm gonna be real quick with you guys. It's probably one of the most refreshing game I have played, but I'm not going to pretend there's no flaws.
Yeah, and I was it's not the political side or anything, but there are flaws with this game that I want to talk about.
It's not the writing.
It's not the writing. It's not It's just a good story.
Oh my god! I don't feel like I'm a kid. I'm not being babied. I'm not being.
We're not being lectured to. It's just a game that it's just a game.
Put the fries in
It-
the bag. Oh my lord! It's so. We're so back.
Yeah.
We're so back.
Okay. So for a lot of context here, there's a lot of there's this whole thing going on. Yeah, like complaining about IOI. I get it. There's a lot of stuff that they're not liking. Oh, it's microdosing. You're gonna the full again. Look, there's this whole thing. Anyone with two brains can see it's a deconstruction of the classic plot. Here's the thing. Under the excuse of him being younger, but this is an entire plot point. Okay, again, this is from someone I normally follow, but this guy is off his rocker here. I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. There are times where I felt like Bond wouldn't act like this, but it's not because of that. It's not because of politics. It's because he's a younger character that has to he has to take up that mantle.
Hello, Felix. Hello, voice in Felix's head, brother. Your voice in your head is a French Canadian voice, man. I pity you.
Hi, Mr. Clanker. Hello, Felix. Hello, voice in Felix's head. Look, no offense to you, Mr. Kilroy. If I was gonna choose a voice in my head, it wouldn't be a Canadian. But I'm still glad to have you on board.
I don't. It's not a deconstruction.
It's not.
Let's just take this legend.
Like a lot of liberties. Admittedly, a lot of liberties have to be made because Bond is near millennial age right here. No, he was born in the year 2000 in First Light.
He's 27. He's 28. Holy shit! This is like he's literally me.
He's younger than you, right? Bond in this game is younger than you.
I'm 27.
Oh, so you are his age. You are his age in this game.
He's literally me. This is, brother. There's no DEI, okay?
There's no. Yeah, there isn't.
I know DEI.
Yeah, we can see it. Here's the thing. If it was DEI, if it was woke, then why are every single fucking woman in this game wants his dick? That's not a joke. That's not a joke, by the way. If this was woke, they would have made it all gay. They would have all made him they would have made it gay. But they didn't. They didn't.
Try to seduce woman, and every woman's like, oh, get away, creep.
Yeah,
They didn't. They fully committed.
They're throwing they cannot keep their hands off him, and it's a fantasy we all want, don't we all?
They made it perfect.
They
nailed the character 10 out of 10. They nailed every character present in the game.
There's oh, Moneypenny's a black woman again. Look, here's the thing. Moneypenny's a good girl in this game. She's actual good girl. Good girl and actual good girl energy in this game because she's
during the mission. Spoiler time.
The Vietnam mission. She gets cocked. She gets in the cock chair.
While they advance and woman, when he keeps helping Bond, and Bond is like, "What about your date?" And is like, "Well, he left," and Bond's like, "His loss." I was like, "Man, let's fucking go, Bond. You fucking said it, man." And the fact that she actually like, you know what? You're right. You are fucking right. I'm busy saving the world. I have other shit to do than dealing with it. If he cared that much, he would have fucking waited.
Something I will praise, the Craig Bonds for doing is that, to be fair. Oh.
I need to make this very clear.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Star Wars and you don't. I'm a huge fan.
Can you get closer to your mic for a second?
I'm
Thank you.
I'm a Star Wars fan. I grew up a Ubisoft fan.
Oh no! Oh no!
What DEI stands for?
Yeah, that's the worst of it.
Ubisoft was not just love of the video game; it was national pride. We didn't ask for Americans for a video game. We had Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed was ours. Splinter Cell was ours.
Okay, well,
Rainbow Six was ours. Ghost Recon was ours. Rayman was ours. Prince of Persia.
And then they ran Tom Clancy's name into the fucking ground. I say this as a man with the original Rainbow Six book sitting on my desk next to me. They ran Tom Clancy's name into the fucking ground. That's what it was. It's a shame to see. Oh my gosh.
Playing Assassin's Brotherhood, Ubisoft Montreal present. Oh, it meant everything. It was the flag of Quebec behind that game. Don't you fucking dare tell me what is and isn't DEI. I know it.
Yeah.
This First Light, none of that.
None of that. No bullshit.
Exactly.
No gay shit. No bullshit. It's for they try, like, you can tell, like they genuinely tried to please us. And in your case, in my case, I'd say they did a pretty good job.
It worked.
It worked. It worked.
And I had no notes about like representation. Do I give a shit about the YouTuber cameo? No. Don't.
No, like the only one I really liked was Jacksepticeye, and because like even though he's really recognizable, he only gets like one line, and you can literally just mistake him as another member of the crowd, which I think is the right way to do it. Because I didn't care jack shit about the influencer cameos. I thought they were kind of intrusive at times. I thought they weren't funny. Like in my opinion, like people like Bond XP, like David Zaritsky or Calvin Dyson, those guys should have been the guys making cameos in this kind of game. Should be the ones making cameos in Bond movies, not some random influencers. Not to hit on Jacksepticeye because he's funny, but I didn't care for the cameos.
Calvin should have been Q. I don't remember.
Calvin should have been like a Q intern.
Because
he always wanted it. That's always his dream, to be like the science fact guy.
That said, not science fiction.
The Albert Broccoli. We're not science fiction. We're science fact.
I really wish, and you're right.
It is kind of pushing the science. Like, okay, this game kind of pushes the science fact a little bit.
Don't care. It's a video game.
Yeah. Okay. What? Like, okay. To be fair, Bond video games are really where the series lets itself go. Where, like, if you thought Die Another Day was kind of wild, or Moonraker was wild, then this is like all the Bond video games, including First Light, is like super out there. Oh,
brother,
yeah.
Brother, I'm popping a perk right now. I was worried, so afraid that they were going to go the Craig route, and I know like we're going it realistic, because I mean I saw the trailers and I was like, okay, they're doing the watch, but that's going to be it, right? Oh brother, oh my lord, I lost my jaw. Oh man, this was so fun. I don't know where to start with this game. It's an 8 out of 10. It's the best 8 out of 10 of my life. This was
moving on from this shit. This is my guy. Where is he? Almighty Lolly. For reference, this guy. This guy is like, he does a lot of good video essays. One of like the few non-woke people that does a lot of video essays, and like as one Chud to another, this guy understands. This guy fully understands that this is this isn't woke at all. This is his statement. Finished 007 First Light. I got some gripes with the pacing, but it's surprisingly solid. It fully dedicates to Bond as the coolest motherfucker alive and never deviates from that.
Yes.
This is why I trust Mr. Almighty Lolly, because there's
one mission that the non-action oriented part takes too long, but the reason is because but they're building a relationship with Greenway and Bond, and I was like, you know what, fair enough. But if I'm going to replay the game, and I will, and play web plays, it's gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna do all that to get to this. That's it. But that's it. Because Felix, you told me while I was playing the game yesterday.
Yeah.
You told me, bro, where you at? Oh, I'm set. Web. Oh, you're not in Vietnam? Oh man. And I was like, okay. I was kind of worried because, man, to reach the freaking shootout in Webb's HQ, that was
the London headquarters, right?
Yeah, it took some time, man.
Yeah, like the whole like navigating the perch and everything.
Yeah, but when the combat starts, it's like, oh my god, it's the best
Yeah,
thing
just
ever.
it's a straight shootout.
It's at this moment during the shootout that the game clicked, and I realized, oh my god, this is the best motherfucking game I've played in my life. It's insane. The combat felt so good. It like I realized I was running out of ammo, and I was like complaining about it in the game. I was like, man, you don't get any ammo in the game. What the hell? You don't get enough ammo to
Oh,
even
speak
fight.
up. Can you speak up?
I felt like you don't get enough ammo in the game. But when I reached Webb's place, and I got like stuck in CQC, where I had like
You just started punching your way out.
yeah, and I realized, oh my god, it works. Guns and fists at the same time in the
I asked you. My big question to you then was: is the CQC plus guns better than Metal Gear Solid 5 or Metal Gear Solid 4? Because those were my benchmarks for like guns plus melee.
Well, you know what? The thing is that I feel that Metal Gear Solid 5 is the ultimate CQC. It's the pure definition of how lore-wise it is shown, it is explained and told about.
Yeah.
You see martial art. Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, can you speak up, please? I don't think like.
Metal Gear Solid 5 puts the CQC at the top of its reputation and shows you what happened. Because when you play CQC well in Metal Gear Solid 5, you see how fucking scary it is to dispatch all these people. And not even like consecutive CQs. I'm talking just the move, the disarm, all the ways that.
Okay, raise the volume so you should be good.
But James Bond is just, yeah, let's make a movie out of this. Let's just make it movie. Let's just like give it the exact flair that you see when you look at a James Bond fight. They make it seamless because the thing
my observation was, yeah, there's no technique, there's no specific martial art. It's just like you mentioned John Wick, you mentioned like I think of Venom Snake, or like a Big Boss or Solid Snake. They see a guy and they think, I need X amount of moves. I need X amount of moves in this method to take him down. Bond looks at a guy and says, okay, objective is I need to beat the shit out of him.
rules. It says it in the game pub rules. It's
Yeah,
just,
against Monroe. Yeah, the pub rules. Anything goes.
for me, I think the only reason why I would prefer 007 First Light over Metal Gear Solid 5 is the only thing is that grabbing someone and moving at the same time feels so much better than in Metal Gear Solid 5. Because the moment you grab someone in Metal Gear Solid 5, you're done. You're stuck on the floor. You cannot move.
Oh yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5, the moment you grab someone, it's to interrogate someone.
Yeah, I know that's a big that's a mechanic that I kind of really wish was in First Light. Like threaten a guy with a gun, like interrogate, but like dispatch him non-lethally, take him out, like that kind of thing. I kind of wish there was more of that instead of just the takedowns.
Give it to the second game. Wait, because
Yeah.
I know interact. They're going to the way the game is set, because
It plays a bit too much like Hitman, where there isn't enough there isn't enough other like mechanics from other stealth games that are integrated that I really wish were.
good combat system. It's
Yeah.
literally a good combat system.
Bond's
Which
fighting
is
style
what-
would be good old boxing, yeah. I had like a bit like Kilroy had a big rant about it. There's this really good video that just came out that's explaining Bond's fighting style from First Light, and it's supposed to be Defendu, which is if you know World War II history or like the history of special forces, Defendu and that being like a thing in James Bond is something really cool. Like it is the spiritual, it is the real life version of CQC that we have. It was developed by this British guy called William Firebond during World War II, and it was taught to Allied special forces. And it was really like this, nothing off the table. Like it's not a true martial art. It's just a set of moves that you give to a soldier. You show a soldier how, like a basic infantry soldier, how to do, like, this is what happens if you lose your rifle. This is what happens if you have only a gun. This is if you have only a pistol. This is what happens if you're unarmed. This is how to take down that opponent. It's like this big, like, it's supposed to be as simple and easy as possible to teach a soldier. And they really emphasize that in the MI6 training camp in Malta in First Light, because there isn't a formal training system or a dojo. It's just get in the ring and fight him until you've learned your moves. And that's kind of how they did it back then. Fairbarn and this other American guy, Colonel Applegate, like, they pioneered hand-to-hand fighting and knife fighting for Allied soldiers in World War II, and and it makes sense because that's the kind of fighting style that Bond would have trained with in the books, because he was a member of those special forces during the war. He would have been taught that. Like, it's funny because Connery in the movies, Sean Connery, especially in You Only Live Twice, because it's set in Japan, he learns how to use judo. Roger Moore in The Man with the Golden Gun, he's shown using kung fu and karate. But, like, in my mind, like, and I tried to blend all that together, like boxing, like karate, kung fu, judo, or wrestling. That got, I taught, like, there were parts of that I shaved off because of First Light in my visual, and like in my whole, like, visual processing for how Bond would logically fight, because it really does make a lot of sense. And it, like, okay, he fight, like, if you see like 007 First Light, how it handles the martial arts and the combat there, he really genuinely looks like Craig, or Brosnan, because, well, more so Craig in my opinion, because like, as much as you can hate Craig all you want, and, like, there are fair reasons to, in my opinion, Craig had the best fighting style of the Bonds, like, second to maybe Connery and Lazenby in the movies.
I feel like
But you can really see with Patrick Gibson's First Light James Bond, you really feel like Craig, like, you can feel the Craig style of fighting with his style.
No, I don't, because for me, I don't like Craig, first of all, so
Yeah.
I would say come with some kind of dark black goo with it. What I'm trying to say is that Craig always had that aggression in him. He felt like he was going hard on his targets, and he was fighting to kill.
Yeah,
But
well,
Bond fights to end the fight.
yeah, he just finish the fight as quickly as possible.
Yeah, because when I see him, like, slamming the head of a guy against a wall,
Yeah.
and a split moment.
Do you watch this channel called Scenic Fights?
Sorry?
There's this channel called Scenic Fights, and they only cover James Bond once or twice, but I think they're worth, like, really watching.
For me, it's like Bond is like trying to just stop it, and that's why, like, he has a lot of moves that
These guys, they've only covered Bond once or twice, but it's a really, like, interesting insight into martial arts and how that goes. But yeah, keep going.
For me, it's he wants to end the fight quickly. That's why, like, he tries to make moves that stops people from doing moves.
Yeah, like,
it's not about just blocking. He barely blocks. He goes. He blocks just to parry. Like, for me, comparing Craig, it's because Craig is part of that late 2000, early
yeah,
2000,
the Bourne style fighting,
which is Supercut, Jason Bourne, you barely
like
see
Liam Neeson and Taken.
And exactly. So I and I immediately hate that stuff because you can't see shit, and it's not cinematic.
Yeah, the quick cuts are kind of like, I liked it in Casino Royale, but in other movies it got pretty old pretty quick.
Well, I didn't feel the fight in Casino Royale. He was just like struggling.
Struggling?
I don't feel like how I can say it.
You can't find the words for it?
It feels like a sledgehammer, dude, and that's the thing I don't like about Craig. is that Timothy Dalton brought an edge.
Yeah,
To
but he was
Craig.
still measured in how he fought.
Yeah, but Craig, it was just sledgehammer. It was blunt, very blunt.
Like, admittedly, again, like maybe it's just me with how I was raised with like the Bond movies. I still like that kind of fighting. To me, like, I don't like the camera work, but I like that kind of fighting where it's just all in, nothing held back.
But it needs to have some kind of flair to it, right? I mean, it's James Bond.
Yeah.
It needs to be a bit cinematic. It needs to be like the coolest motherfucker alive, right? Well, with Craig Bond, I didn't felt like he was cool. He never felt cool for me, ever. That's the. I think I can summarize it like that. Craig just didn't feel cool for me. There were moments he felt cool. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's cool, it's alright, but it's that moment. Brosnan, the screen presence of like every time you look at him doing spy work, just the intro of GoldenEye, of like the eyes, the cinematography.
I think the thing is,
he
like,
looks cool. Craig didn't feel cool. Patrick felt like, bro, coolest out of the charts, man. Everything he did.
yeah, like he tried to keep things as smooth as possible in every take he could, and that I'll commend him for. But going back to like the in-game fighting, one thing I did have a gripe with, in at least seeing other people play, bot kills because there's a mechanic in here that I didn't like. It's called license to kill, where it differentiates between lethal combat and non-lethal combat. The problem is, outside of
right, that's going to be small content. No, brother. It lasts like half hours of
it's
alien shootouts.
here's the thing. My gripe with the whole license to kill mechanic because IO feels like they could it feels kind of artificial in the way that they can't make you draw your gun outside of combat, because I wanted to if Bond shooting at cameras, you only get this is why it gets better as the game went on, because you can finally use the gun to shoot things that aren't people in the final levels.
Absolutely zero problem with the license to kill, because it makes sense. For me, it makes sense. James Bond is a cop. James Bond's a cop.
In the sort of
James Bond's a cop. James Bond is a cop. End of conversation.
You are just a stupid policeman, Mr. Bond. You have no imagination.
But I just feel like, for me, I feel perfectly fine to not be able, because otherwise it would just be It Man.
Yeah, that's fair. But here's the thing, to me, but there is
They redid Hitman Absolution and they made it work, because now you are forced to not use guns. You use your gadgets, which is what they were missing in Absolution. You were forced to use gun for everything. You were forced to use your silver baller. You were forced to use your suppressed weapon. Now
maybe it's because of my whole thing, my own little obsession with Metal Gear, of the whole non-combat applications of the gun. You could use it to threaten people. You could use it to shoot out cameras. You don't have to kill with it. You just need to have it with you. That's my that's my thoughts, because how Metal Gear handles its gunplay, that I really liked.
And why would you threaten people? You have the bluff mechanic.
That's which is fair.
Why would Bond need to threaten people? He can just bullshit his way out. Bond doesn't threaten just bystanders or other guards if they don't deserve it. At the end of the day, he's trying to get places.
Yeah. So again, I always thought threatening would be a good alternative to just using it to kill. But you do have a fair point that he doesn't want to show his hand until he really has to. But there is okay. Go ahead.
Honestly, the ultimate answer is no, man. Bond's a cop. He's not Nathan Drake where he's a civilian. He's not Hitman where he's an assassin. He's a cop. and the cop gotta play by the rules. But yeah,
Well, here's the thing to me. There is a flip side to this.
Every single one of those rules, but he won't break rule of engagement. Because
Yeah.
that's what makes him different. That's what makes him a good guy. He
Yeah.
won't shoot.
He doesn't shoot unless he has to. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kilroy. Like I want to get my main gripe about the flip side of License to Kill here is like the flip side of License to Kill is even when the game says non-lethal combat, Bond still kills a lot of people without his gun. He kills a lot. Like he does. Like even when and the game just treats it like it does the whole like the whole thing in Metal Gear where you can like push a guy off a cliff, but it doesn't count as a lethal kill. Or when Batman can run over someone with his Batmobile and say, "I didn't kill anyone," but it kind of feels like that. Because like you have Bond like bashing in people's skulls with like hammers and fire extinguishers. He's electrocuting their hearts. He's throwing them off balconies and cliffs, and the game somehow counts it as not killing, and that like deeply confused me. It's like what like okay, you say no killing, no like non-lethal combat only. Why is Bond bashing this guy's skull in with?
For me, there's no moment in the game where there's non-lethal. Like, Bond will kill.
Yeah.
It's like, how I can say this?
It's just like, it takes me a little bit out of, like, the non-lethal only sections when you throw a brick at someone's head and they fall down limp. And it's like, yeah, I'm Bond, I'm 90% sure you killed that guy. And this is during a training session.
In the video game, there's a super interesting article that talks about the fact that Nathan Drake killed a whole lot of people in his life. But that's the consequences of being these types of... That's the medium.
Yeah, that's the medium of these kinds of characters.
You have to be stuck with this game for hours.
But I'm just saying, from a mechanic standpoint, like, why are they so... From a mechanic standpoint, killing people in non-lethal combat is just something funny to me. That's like a little bit incongruous with what they're trying to handle with the game with. You can, again, there's this little moment where during the training camp in MI6, Bond can push over one of the SAS soldiers off a cliff into the ocean, and I'm just like, yeah, he probably lived, but I'm just saying, was that really necessary? Yeah, it lets you push him off the cliff. But okay, what if he snapped his neck on the way down? Okay, would that is that too far? Is that too far? There is a pile of bricks that Bond just threw a brick at a guy, and he's limp on the ground. He's not getting up. I think you fucking kill that guy, dude.
It's a video game.
Non-lethally hits you in the head with a fire extinguisher.
Oh, who cares?
He non-lethally throws you off a balcony.
Do you want to live to play the game where you live the consequences of that? No.
That's
don't.
You know what? That's fair. I just found it really funny.
I think Ranker upstairs wrote, "Why would Bond need to threaten people?" I don't know. Getting answers.
Yeah, I was gonna read that.
He doesn't. He can smooth his way out of every situation. He's a spy. He's not supposed to be like this brute. This is why I don't like Craig. He's a brute. Timothy Dalton, yes, he has the edge, but he is... I believe him when he does play the more, like, soft side. Yeah, but Craig does that too. Yeah, but it never...
But the problem was that Dalton was really smooth. Dalton was still smooth about it. He was still cool about it. Craig was sad. He was like... Craig always had, like, some kind of negative emotion going all the time, and I think that's why you don't like him. And that's why at the end of the day, he's one of the lesser Bonds, because of the whole, I'm depressed, I'm edgy, or whatever. It got old really quickly. And Dalton wasn't like that. He was serious, but he wasn't edgy.
It got old the moment that he realized that Vesper was a backstabber. That was awful. It just killed the kid. And then
This is why I don't like. This is why I don't like Quantum of Solace. Like, I get a lot of people like there.
Movie. It's like, okay, but bro, fuck, it's James Bond.
There is relatively very little. There is little Bond in Quantum of Solace. You have the opening, but the rest doesn't feel like a Bond movie. It just doesn't. Like, admittedly, there are some parts of the plane chase that I like. I love the intro of Quantum of Solace that inspired a lot of it. The rest of the movie you can write it off because it's just not a good movie.
There's like the opera scene. That's it. The opera scene.
I haven't watched enough of Quantum of Solace. I've never seen Quantum of Solace in full. I have seen every Craig Bond in full except for Quantum of Solace. Yeah, and I feel like that's for the better.
Quantum is fucking boring, dude. It takes forever.
Clanker raises something interesting. If Bond's a zoomer, what war is he a veteran in Ukraine? Well, here's the thing. In First Light, he is he's an air crewman in the Royal Navy. He's a helicopter crewman in the Royal Navy. I kind of wish, because First Light goes out of its way to really show how green Bond is. Like, he is literally, I just came out of boot camp green. I did boot camp. There's a line from Paloma that I really like in No Time to Die. 2 weeks training. Bond feels like he got 2 weeks training, even in his military career, before he joins MI6, he really feels like that 2 weeks training guy, where he just walked out of boot camp and everything is new to him. Because he has no serious combat experience, except for the opening mission.
That's the uniqueness of what war he's veteran of. Yeah, but he's born in 98. There's nothing. War of Terror, he was 12. That's the most unique thing about what makes this Bond different, is that the UK did not get themselves directly involved in any conflict in the past. I don't know. They were in Iraq with
they were in Iraq with us, and they were in Afghanistan with us. But the thing is, there was a limited engagement, and Bond would have been way too young to see anything in those.
So when you ask him about what war he's not. He's veteran of fuck all.
This is his it is an interesting take, because typically I am because I think Craig's Bond is implied to be Brosnan was implied to be a veteran of the Falklands War. I think this same Connery and Moore were implied to be World War II veterans. It's never specified for Dalton. Lazenby, Connery, and Moore implied to be World War II veterans. There's no real war for Dalton to have viably been a veteran of, but he could have been an advisor, an intelligence advisor during the Malayan emergency, which kind of makes sense because that happened around the same time as Vietnam. Brosnan is implied to be a veteran of the Falklands War against Argentina. I remember there was a shot in Tomorrow Never Dies that showed his service medallion and his service medals, and one of them was from Special Forces in the Falkland Islands. Craig's is never specified. It's kind of implied that he was in, he could have been in the Gulf War, the Global War on Terror. Yeah, the War on Terror.
Yes, because you don't get that personality if you don't join SAS. SAS are
SAS, SBS.
Yeah, they're still being.
SBS is Royal Navy, and they're the equivalent of the Navy SEALs. They're the British Navy SEAls. But
they are like their food, tasteless. It does the job, but it tastes like nothing.
Well, unless your name is Soap McTavish.
Yeah, but you know what? You need Americans to make them interesting. That's the deal. That's the reason.
But speaking of soap, speaking of soap, catch a break, man. Even if he's named Monroe and he looks completely different and he's in a James Bond game, he can't catch a break. Poor Monroe, man. I
Well, I
like
was
that.
really,
I like that guy, man. And it's like,
I was like, because I was playing this game, I was like, man, I'm getting heavy Kingsman vibe from this game.
yeah, they really leaned into Kingsman.
Thanks, game. Good.
There was a lot of references to movies that aren't James Bond. There's a lot of references to Kingsman in the way that like the MI6 training camp is like the MI6 boot camp is done, because it's very Kingsman. He feels like Eggsy here.
Yeah,
But like Patrick Gibson's Bond feels
so
really
far.
inspired by Eggsy.
It was so fucking fun to have a like Eggsy
And
James Bond. Because
Q kind of feels like Merlin, because Merlin and Galahad are his two mentors in Kingsman.
I wish we had a Kingsman video game. It would have been insane. I got it. It's called First Light.
But yeah, and like I like the trope that like, yeah, Monroe was a bully to him before, but like all they needed was one big fight, and you know what? You know what? This guy ain't so bad. this guy ain't so bad.
You are white boy. You are.
You I white boy.
Nah, but Monroe and
Okay, spoilers. Yeah, Monroe dies. Monroe dies in his first like pre-00 mission, and I felt really bad for him, man. I didn't like. I knew they might kill him off, or they might send him somewhere else. I didn't know they were gonna do it like that. Like,
bro, I felt awful, man. I was on the verge of tears, man.
It is funny in a way, because like in a way Monroe is kind of like a male Tracy to Bond, like it really, or a male Vesper, in the way that like, yeah, this guy's death genuinely affected him, and that's his driven, like that's what drives him to be able to kill in those moments. It's to avenge Monroe, avenge his friends, and make sure their deaths aren't in vain. That's why he has that edge and ability to kill, because they killed Monroe, and he ain't gonna he's not gonna let anyone else die because of that.
Every single 00 recruit from that program died or got injuries that forced them to retire. Except one. There's a guy that's missing. It's the Indian guy, and I bet my fucking hand he's going to come back in the sequel. He's gone MIA.
And I thought that was I thought it was two guys, the Indian guy and the other Scottish guy, Nash. Was that?
Maybe I do.
That it's kind of vague.
I remember that M mentioned that one guy. I don't know if it's M that mentioned that one guy was missing, or I saw MIA, but I can be fucking certain that there's a guy's missing, and I bet they're going to bring him back later.
Here's the thing with this whole thing. The funny part is like, oh, there's like there's like another, like there's this other, like, it's funny that this guy York George, he's kind of a grifter. Like, I don't use that term lightly, like because it's used as a slur to describe people like you and me who just want good stuff in our games. He unironically, like, sometimes he just can't shut up. But the funny thing part about like this character in particular, this black girl, her name is I think Kingsley. She dies. She's full on a bitch to Bond early on during the program, and in the process, and during this mission that she's in, she fucking dies. She dies in this. She kind of gets her comeuppance for not treating Bond right, because she doesn't make it out alive of this hotel. She does not make it out. What is it?
It's the intro, that mission, the mission in the chess game. That's Mission Impossible 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think that was in Prague. Mission Impossible 1 was in Prague. This one was in what city in Slovakia is it? Like, it's close. Like, Czechia and Slovakia used to be the same country, but it's very close. The whole thing was a reference to From Russia with Love, I think. But it was a really good set design. But yeah,
reference to other movies.
Yeah. Like I mentioned during when he later on, like Bond introduces himself as I think as Mr. Kittredge to like as part of his cover, and that's a big reference to Mission Impossible because Kittredge Kittredge is Ethan Hunt's commanding officer in Mission Impossible, and which is a really nice reference. But yeah, like
you haven't seen me angry. That was
you haven't.
Good.
Which side are you on, Ethan? Like he did a really good performance then. I can't remember the actor's name, but I really liked his performance in Dead Reckoning. Like it was kind of muted in Final Reckoning, but that's just because that whole movie is full of problems. I still recommend you watch it because it's a fun movie, but it's not a fun movie, but it's not a good movie.
It's a good movie, but not a good Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it's not a good Mission Impossible movie. If this was any other movie, it would have been okay. But like for a Mission Impossible movie, it was kind of mid. But yeah, going off to that, the game isn't woke. It's just very scattered. The bones are there, but I want more meat in my bones, in my opinion. First off, one positive that I have to say about this character in particular, Isola Vale.
The Bond girl.
The Bond girl. Something I find real because her character I find very interesting. Have you ever noticed? Okay, first off, okay, you know what Lupin the Third is, right?
The what?
You don't know Lupin the Third? It's this anime. It's just like anime from the 70s and 80s.
I don't watch a lot of anime.
Wait, say that again.
I don't watch anime really.
Here's the thing. Please, I'm begging you. I was one James Bond fan to another. And if you like Indiana Jones, if you like James Bond, you will love Lupin the Third. Before,
Lupin the Third, yes! Lupin, Arsène
yes,
Lupin,
now you know what I'm talking about. Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third.
Yeah, man. Lupin.
I love Lupin the Third. And here's the thing.
Yushiko?
Fujiko Mine. Like, Isola, she feels like Fujiko from Lupin the Third. They just put her in a James Bond because it's really interesting. Fujiko was inspired by the concept of the James Bond girl, but they made her as a foil to Lupin. And that, like, and the other one, and a lot of people will recognize this. Like, she's like, Isola is an Asian woman. She's like this femme fatale. She's dark and mysterious. She shows up in a red dress. Where have we seen this before? And she helps out the new guy.
Yes. Yeah, bro, you nailed it. I did.
They put Ada Wong in my James Bond game. They put Ada Wong in my James Bond game, and they just used Bond as a stand-in for Leon, for Leon Kennedy.
I'm gonna be honest, Ada is a better femme fatale than Isola. Isola is a realistic femme fatale.
But she's like, I just recognized a lot of parallels for how.
Don't just go all in on the sexuality because that's the trope of a femme fatale.
Yeah, but it's like
Isola makes it if it was real, a real femme fatale.
She'll fuck you, but she'll take advantage of you every step of the way. And she a lot of the people that I watch kind of compared her to Catwoman. I'm not a big enough of a Batman fan to know that, to really draw the parallels. But to me, very much like Fujiko Mine / Ada Wong, definitely leaning into the darker sides of Ada Wong. That Isola handled.
I've played Batman Arkham games.
Wait, say that again? Was it start from the beginning?
I've said that I've played Batman Arkham City and Night. I'm almost done with Night. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. No. Isola is she's femme fatale, but she's a well-written, not orny femme fatale.
What would you say makes her not horny? Because she and Bond do get it on in this game.
Don't fucking put it in your face the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Ada Wong wears like tight suit, flashy red, and
Like
always
the red cheap owl, the red cheap owl.
yeah, Catwoman wears her cat suit super tight and unzip the entirety of her suit to see almost to see her navel, so you see the entire cleavage. She does tons of innuendo. She fully takes advantage.
But look, Kilroy, that's fucking
No.
hot. I get it. It's in your face. It's like it's forced, but it's kind of hot. Okay, it's
Hold on,
kind.
and
That's not to
difference.
take away from Isola's character because I love Isola in this game.
Yes,
But
that's the
I like the other ones too. I like the other ones too.
Oh,
And
me
then
too.
I-
I'm not saying anything, but Isola it's not written to be in your face, and it's not like for horny teenagers. It's for Bond fan.
Yeah, in that sense. And well, we do have the other Bond girl who is
But we have the other Bond girl.
the other.
We have the other Bond girl. We have the other Bond girl. Oh my God. Oh my word.
I'm sorry. I got a little.
This is the scene. The one I saw, you were like, "Oh, bro,
Yeah.
you gotta, yes, you gotta see the fucking like when you're gonna be in Vietnam, you're gonna get it."
You're
And I
gonna
was
love
like-
this game.
And when I was watching, I was like, "Oh man, they're hitting the."
Even though she's not in the game for very long, it's just
Bond
like
is in another location. Ah, cool. Money
she is.
pennies
This
with
is just like
everything.
just pure
And then-
sweetness as a character. I love it. Like, oh my gosh,
And
this
here,
where is that? Let me go find it.
oh man,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord, man.
They know what we like.
Brother, I
something
can't
that I really like. Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be steamy.
Actual human being right now, they're calling this game DEI with this fucking woman
Yeah.
in game.
Here's the thing, and like besides getting our rocks off, because God knows we certainly did. Something I just genuinely really like that there is it's steamy, it's supposed to be hot as fuck, but like there is a genuine if brief romance between Bond and Teresa in this game, because like Teresa Dr. Lorca, because like. It's like there's these little moments like when Bond is saving her from one of the bad guys because she is like a pretty major damsel in distress in the Vietnam levels, and it's like a lot of their interactions are genuinely sweet, and the whole so she and Bond fuck, and they rather explicitly fuck, but something I really like is that she gives Bond her diving watch, and and Bond already has his own watch, but it kind of establishes the whole when Brosnan gets his Seamaster and they start wearing the diving watches, and I think that's a really nice touch because it really shows Bond coming into his own, and that little gift that she leaves for him after their little fling is. It ties into a lot of character for Bond fans. Yeah, and that little souvenir, that diving watch, you can really appreciate.
It's one of those Bond girls that if it was a movie would have been referenced and shown after Bond let her go, and she was like, he didn't call back. That's the backstory of those little scenes. It's okay, but what was the one night stand looking like? And that scene made it. And this is when you said that this is probably the best scene that solidified this game as being a true James Bond game.
because they know what the fans want. They know what we want out of a character like this. And again, yes, she is a hyper fan service character, but I also genuinely like her as a character because she is
That doesn't look like fan service.
she's just a genuinely sweet person in this story. However brief her role is, that you can really feel a lot of chemistry between her and Bond, especially
And
like in the later ones where Bond has to save her from the bad guys. I just genuinely like those moments. Like yeah, they already had their little fling, but when he comes back to save her, he's still in awe of like how pretty she is, and she's like equally nice to him. He gets her out of there. He saves like the Vietnam level as a whole is just the perfect encapsulation of like what a Bond movie should be. Bond shows up like hyper masculine in a boat. Like you can tell he's got a lot of swagger. He's driving a cigarette boat in Ha Long Bay, and that is just like how like again. I'm a Floridian. I love my cigarette boats, and seeing a Bond pull up in one to the docks, get out. It's St. John's Smythe, darling, and then it's just such a good moment. It's just such a well written moment. I told Kilroy before that I had a lot of problems with the game in the early points, but it's one of the few times in the story where it gets better as you get closer to the end. The game gets better.
Yeah.
Usually it's the opposite. Usually it starts strong.
Okay, cool. I'm down. I'm soaking in. My friend spent $115 on that game. I better fucking like it. And I'm like, yeah, that's the story is. It's alright. I mean, the villain is so and so, and then Vietnam, and then the quarry, and I'm like, oh my god,
it's the perfect encapsulation of what makes Bond. It is he defeats the bad guy, he saves the girl, he saves the day, and that's the important part. Even if for a few moments, even with everything else in the story going, the Vietnam level is like a miniature episode of what a Bond story should be. He shows up, he gets the girl, he saves the day, he kills the bad guy, and he walks off into the sunrise here. Usually it's the sunset. It's the sunrise here, and it's handled so well. And I just adore that. I just really adore that. That is, and like again, even though I didn't have unfortunately, that's like if there is any motivation for me to find a way to play this game, it's the Vietnam level, because I have a personal connection to this sort of thing. Yes, like again, I explained this to Kilroy before. Yes, like my family has its privileges. We go to like these really nice resorts from time to time on vacation. I've been to similar hotels to the one Bond goes to in Vietnam and Hawaii. When I went to Hawaii, I went to a similar resort, but it always felt, because I didn't have anyone to share it with. Like besides my own family. I'm by myself. I have to take it in myself. There isn't there's sort of a melancholy that comes with having all this beauty and not being able to share it with anything. But here's the thing. But with Bond, all of that is like you have everything. You have it all. All right. He shows up like in real life. You will never get the girl that loves you. You will never get the gaggle of bros that you meet for the first time and realize these guys ain't so bad, and you hang out with them. You will never you will never carry a Waller PDP and get in a gunfight in the lobby and defeat the bad guy and save the day. You will not do that in real life, but you can do that in Bond. Bond can do that, and that's the point of James Bond. That's the point.
And just fucking doing donuts.
You will never pick up an MP5K with an MP5K PDW with a suppressor off a bad guy in a tuxedo and then use it to storm the villa and save the hostages and win the day. You will never do that in real life, but you can do that as Bond.
Felix, you don't get it. You don't understand. He's literally me. He's literally me.
And
this game, God, this goddamn game is goddamn good, brother. Goddamn.
Okay, here's the thing where I will begin to call out a note. Like I already raved about the writing of the Vietnam level. Here's my off level. Here's my sort of the one that I thought I wanted to enjoy more, but I couldn't. Okay, you're gonna have to brace with me, okay? Because I might say some things you might not like.
All right.
I feel like Aleph was unfinished. The Mauritania level where you meet Bama, I feel like it was unfinished. There isn't. I feel like there wasn't enough. Oh, there's someone downstairs, so I gotta like be a bit more quiet. But yeah, the
Yeah.
Mauritania level, I wanted more, and I feel like there wasn't enough. There wasn't. There's good. There's some really cool stuff there, but there wasn't enough. It feels like, and like yes, as sexy as the game can be, I'm kind of reminded that this is still rated T for teen. This is not a rated M game. This is a rated T game, and like because I feel like they like. Here's the thing. I wanted Aleph. I wanted Aleph, and like that city in Mauritania. I wanted. You've been to Freeside. I know you've been playing a lot of New Vegas recently. I wanted it to be like Freeside. I wanted it to be like West Side or the South Vegas. That's what I wanted it to be, like a sort of South Vegas, but in a James Bond game. I didn't get that as much. I want like you can visit the Kings and the Atomic Wrangler. I wanted Aleph to be kind of like that, but they pulled their punches. They treated it too much like there wasn't enough spectacle for spectacle. Or as an example, I wanted it to be like the Morocco Continental from John Wick 3. That's what I wanted to get out of Aleph, and I didn't get that because I wanted it to be like this kind of like I wanted it to lean in more into like the more intensely with the African, like the North African and Arab themes, like make it more exotic, make it cooler, make it make it more cultural, like show off the culture of the region a lot. Don't just like show that like yes, this is a bad guy bar. This is a like the TV trope of the bad guy bar. This is where all the criminals and the spies and everything go to do their dealing. I wanted there to be like. But yeah, I think they did well with the arms dealer parts, with like the guy selling, like the part in Lord of War where the guy is just selling FIM 92 stingers. I like that part, but they kind of treated it too much like
Lenny Kravitz. That's the problem.
what is it?
They blew their load on Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, I don't know much about Lenny Kravitz other than that he's Zoe Kravitz's brother, right?
I have no idea who that
I don't know.
is.
I don't know anything about him, but I just like, but like I knew they paid him too much to be in this game. But here's what I wanted out of Aleph was this sort of like they like really leading into this like hive of scum and villainy. I wanted it to be like that. There's maybe I'm asking for too much fan service, but it's like harem girls, like Arab or African harem girls, doing shows or cabarets in Aleph. I wanted there to be like there's like Bama is sitting on this. Bama is a trafficker. He's still running he's running guns. He's running drugs. He's running even legal stuff like contraband. He's running oil. He's running like diamonds or uranium out of this place, like especially since he's on the water. It could be conceivable that he's running a lot of like he could be sitting on an oil reserve and he's forcing these oil companies to go through him and like really to go through him first. That's why he's so entrenched as a warlord, and why the West doesn't want him to why the West doesn't want him to why they won't take him over, because he holds too much strategic value, even though he's a criminal, even though he's a pirate. And my problem with Bama himself is that midway through Aleph and those levels, again, like there are parts of it that I really like. It really gives that Mad Max feels, because like you can where Bond and Greenway are fighting through, like they're going through 009's like secret stash. You can see that they went into the detail of this is parts of a liquid natural gas or a natural gas tanker, which is why they have the spherical domes. This is an oil tanker, which is why this is why it's a big atrium in the center. Like I like how they went into detail there, but I wish that Aleph itself, the main city itself, had more. They treated it less as they treated it more as a carnival, and not as much as both a cultural area and as a sort of fantasy, a fantasy like rogues bar area. They didn't lean hard enough into that. that's what I would have wanted more. I wanted more like I wanted it to be a bit more edgy. I wanted it to be a bit more like a bit more flair, a bit more flourishes. But there are stuff that I did like. I like the little arms dealers part. I like Nirmala, like the lady that like asks you to get her diamond back and to get her ruby to get her ruby back, like I like her. I like that character, and I like the fighting pit. I like the fighting pit a lot, like because I feel like this place, like a place like Aleph, would not be complete without like some kind of gladiator match. And thankfully, you can in fact fight as Bond in the gladiator match. That I like.
I completely skipped that.
Wait, what? I thought that was required. Everyone I watched did the gladiator match, and that was the high point of Aleph for me. Like the meeting Nirmala, doing the gladiator fight and doing like the shooting range was the three things that I did like about Aleph. What like
you can sabotage a art deal with a PMC in the area called Scorpio, and you can
that's right, those guys.
You can ruin their deal and take the money for yourself.
Kilroy, you said you. Oh, I'm sorry. You said you got to take like a short break for a second.
I just did it.
Oh, I barely noticed. You just sent me a DM that you needed to take a break, but like you just took it, right?
I had to take a fucking bro. I had to piss.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice.
I hope you understand that 6 hours ago I was awake and finishing this game. I am like 5 coffee cups in my body.
Oh
right
wow,
now.
that must be a lot. Okay. I mean, I like horses. I don't have a horse in this race. Felix will understand when he's older that less is more. Well, look here. See the thing here is, Clanker, I like what I like, and I am right. Sort of rather easily smitten. And it's hard to not be smitten when you're confronted like that. Also, I just noticed, Lorca's character and like the whole diving thing in the pool. I just realized that's another Mission Impossible reference in our James Bond game. That's another Mission Impossible reference. You remember that scene from Rogue Nation where Rebecca Ferguson comes out of the pool?
No, but I don't see the scene in the game.
What is it? I
don't remember that scene you're talking about in the game.
Oh, the one where like her heart rate goes up and Moneypenny tells Bond you have to check her out.
That's a reference to Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a scene in Morocco from Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, where like this is how Rebecca Ferguson's character meets Ethan Hunt in this way with the pool and everything, and the way that she and Hunt meet is almost identical to the way Teresa and Bond meet in this game.
I'm gonna be honest.
Let me show you. It's getting more fan servicey here.
I was kind of thinking that the way you were telling me that the game is going to get better as the game progressed, and that I was eventually introduced to Hyperion, I was thinking that, oh my god, Wed is the big evil mastermind of this game, of the game, but we're going to get a bunch of mission taking down a bunch of... Because I was thinking that after Moneypenny, we're back on the fold of MI6 and we're going to get
I didn't expect Webb to be the central Bond villain because they revealed him way too early. They revealed him way too early. So I thought there would be someone behind him pulling all the strings or manipulating him to use his AI and all that.
For me, it's more that I think they realize that, first of all, they have 10 missions. There's 10 missions in the prologue, and there's, you gotta remember, for me at least, oh my god, are you going to waste the time of the player for hours? Dandling the fucking keys in his face, telling, ooh, easy the bad guy, while the player, in all actuality, has figured it out the moment he saw him?
Yeah, it's the moment, I remember the moment you see him, the moment you see Webb at the funeral in at the funerals of the Double O trainees, like he like they call like another maybe an unintentional reference, but a lot of parallels to um Jonathan Irons from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. You remember that scene, right? Press F to pay respects. The guy, like Kevin Spacey from Call of Duty. Yeah, Webb kind of feels like that. And then, but I'll go. There's some later autism that I'm gonna go into, like with me drawing certain parallels. But okay, going back to like this lady and like how she and Bond meets. Okay, this scene from Mission Impossible. Let me go find it. This scene from Rogue Nation is the one I'm talking about. This one where Hunt and Benji meet Ilsa Faust is identical to the scene where Bond meets Teresa in Vietnam. Let me see when it's on the screen. You'll see. You remember? Do you remember this movie at all? Do you remember this movie at all? Because it's part of the top 3 for the Mission Impossible series. Oh, Kilroy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here. There's just some.
You see
attention, but yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, you remember this movie, right?
It's been
Yeah, it came out in 2015. It came out in 2015. I don't fault you.
I've always considered Tom Cruise Mission Impossible to be the American ripoff of James Bond. To be fully honest.
Yeah, but but they are good. They are damn good movies, though. Like again, I saying this as primarily a Bond fan. Tom Cruise is my favorite actor, and I think half of it is Top Gun. The other half of it is because of Mission Impossible. And with a bit of Collateral thrown in there as well.
The first Mission Impossible, and after that, I'm kind of like, meh.
What is it? What did you say?
For me, it's the first 3 Mission Impossible, and after that, they become like generic action movies.
To me, the later ones are the better ones. My recommendation, if you want to really get into them, well, again, Mission Impossible 6 to me is the
all of them except the last one.
All right.
And my conclusion is like, yeah, they're fun moments.
They're good, but they're not Bond.
Yeah, but because Tom Cruise is just like generic action hero guy, and like he doesn't have like the cool edge of James Bond. There
was a character analysis that I kind of liked of Ethan Hunt a little bit ago that really sets him apart from Bond, where like Bond is cool about certain things, like Hunt will play a character, but internally he's always a bit crazy, and that they established that he's willing to do all this like crazy stuff because he is like a little bit insane on the inside, which I think fits Cruise pretty well.
For me, it's. For how the way I see this is that the first Mission Impossible 1 is the 80s the 80s like American James Bond, and
you mean the 90s American James Bond, right?
Yeah, and their take on the style of story and character, and that was
you know where that's really really present though. 2. The one with Wu got handed the keys to Mission Impossible and said, I want to make a James Bond movie.
Yeah, but hear me, that's why I wanted to finish first. The second movie is the most, for me, it's my favorite. Okay, I'm going to say it right away. Mission Impossible 2 is my favorite Mission Impossible because it 100% decides to just not take itself seriously.
Yeah.
Because have to be different.
It's the Die Another Day of the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so fun. It's so different because it.
They got Limp Bizkit to do the soundtrack and everything. You got John Woo directing.
So batshit insane. And then the 3 is the whole thing about, hey, let's think deconstruction of a genre like The Boys or Star Wars Episode 8. Okay, it's that, but actually well made.
But yeah, actually done
Mission
interestingly.
Impossible 3
Mission
got
Impossible
you
3 is the only J.J. Abrams movie that I've seen that is actually good. All of the other J.J. Abrams movies I've seen have been terrible. And I don't know why he got good with that one movie and everything else was just bad.
Because hear me out, Mission Impossible 3 is my favorite of the Mission Impossible because it gets you by the fucking balls the entire time. The movie starts and they kill Ethan's aunt wife, and then you start it's few weeks before that, and you see him with his wife, and you're like, holy shit, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And you have like the mission that he goes saves his friendly agent.
The non-linear like storytelling element.
Yes. And then she dies, and then you see like Ethan dealing with that, and like oh my, and then the whole thing, the whole movie, the villain was insane.
Yeah, I really liked Philip Seymour Hoffman in that movie. That was really, he did a really good performance.
Died way too early because holy shit, he would have been killer. He would have been such a cool Drax.
Oh, like a book accurate like Hugo Drax.
Drax, yeah, it would have been insane because the Seymour, like, look in the interrogation scene in the plane was
he is stone cold. He is stone cold.
Impossible to break.
Stone cold.
Like, there's like scenes where like the hero cannot break.
He is literally being tortured, and Ethan is going through more pain than he is.
And he does, and the guy
doesn't even break a sweat. He is
he's literally hanging by a strap and doesn't care. Absolutely
stone cold, like cold as ice, and that's what I really liked. And like he was genuinely scary, even though like it's this big fat guy, like he's not scary. He is very scary, like as a villain.
He's fucking Kingpin. He's big and he doesn't talk loud.
But he's really soft spoken. He's very except for like those rare moments, he doesn't use
countdown to kill Ethan's wife when they show you the full scene, and he doesn't yell until the very end.
Yeah, he only yells once or twice.
And the whole time he just counts, and Ethan is fucking losing it. Oh my god. There's no villain in James Bond that comes close to him.
Yeah.
None. And I have my favorites. My favorite villains in movies are from James Bond, but none of them are close to him. It was bro, they never made it better.
Yeah, that's his name, Owen Davian, and he was really well written. Really well written.
And the fact that we never knew what the rabbit was the best part, because you don't care.
Yeah, you don't know what it is.
You do not give a flying fuck about it because you care about his wife.
Yeah.
You care about Ethan's wife. And for me, that was insane. They never did it again. And when they did it again in fucking Fallout,
I liked Mission Impossible 6 though. That's my favorite. It's up there with Die Hard 1 as one of my favorite action movies, to be entirely honest, because it's just to me it's just a really well done movie. In terms of pacing and story and everything, it's beautifully shot. I like the characters in it, and I think it's handled really well. I get that like they brought her back for a reason, but I know that it was less of an impact with her than it was in 3.
For me, it lost the cinematography. It became generic action movies. Like every single movie.
Not to me. I really liked the cinematography of Mission Impossible, and I feel like we didn't get.
But there's not good cinematography for me. There's movies where I'm going to watch the movie and every frame is a painting, but ever since Rogue Nation, I'm like, no, not Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible 4.
It's a shame because I do genuinely love the cinematography in those.
I don't know. I feel it's bland. I feel like it gives this very generic action movie sheen.
Not to
which
me
is-
because Mission Impossible, like outside of 3, honestly, Mission Impossible is always like they've always used a lot of vibrant colors. To me, even like to me, it's not generic. To me, when it comes to camera quality and the like the cinematography, the lighting, the colors. I was really appreciative of it because I think it's handled well, and it only becomes a like something I find is that they use the lighting to suit the tone of the movie. It's done really well. Rogue Nation like leans into how exotic everything is. Like I get 4 because 4 is kind of like it had that like 2012 Frutiger Arrow kind of thing going on, but Rogue Nation and the way it handled that they leaned into how exotic the environments were and made it really really like they Mission Impossible Fallout made it like really moody and dark, and that like but not in a way that reflected like Bourne or Bond, but in a way that reminded me of like 80s and 90s movies like Ronin or Heat. That is why that's why I like Fallout. That because of the cinematography.
It's been years since I've watched those Mission Impossible. So, and I want to watch that Rick, and I want to watch the last Mission Impossible. So I think
Yeah.
to compensate my last month of pure James Bond marathon, because I was literally for the month of May
Yeah.
full on James Bond marathon.
Hell yeah. And I still love that collab we did over that.
In anticipation for First Light, to finally be shown First Light and loving it.
Like the best part is that it was like it was the fact that this game is good at all is something to behold, especially in this day and age. Getting something like this is a rare treat.
It's been 10 years, fellas. 10 years since I could actually look at something corporate and be like, I'm good.
Here's the thing. What did you make? What did you make of the 2 ending levels of the one in Antarctica and the one in and the one back in London?
Listen, Antarctica is the level that just completely blew me away. Completely blew me away. Because I was like, okay, it's just gonna be like an infiltration of the place and whatever, dude. We're gonna see like some weird tech and some weird shit. I didn't really know, but I saw like R&D was like, okay, it's gonna be Collab. And then I see like, hey, there's Android. No, that's funny.
Yeah,
Hey,
it got a little bit cyberpunk there in the end. It got kind of cyberpunk in my James Bond game.
Felix, I looked at it. I was like, okay, but that's funny. Wreck you big ball. You can use your watch to look at. Right, that's funny. Hey, what the fuck is this big blue field protecting the quantum what the hell is that? Oh my god, there's a shit ton of robots. Oh my god, what is this die another day bullshit? This is so fucking good.
There's a moment where Bond and Isola meet Wellington, and then Isola kills him. But Wellington is a clanker, capital C clanker. Sorry, Mr. Clanker, but that's what he is. Wellington is a clanker, and it's just like I got taken aback for a moment. It's like what is C-3PO from Star Wars doing in my James Bond game? Like why is he here? And I got got a little bit confused there. But I think they did handle the robot combat pretty well. And this is
the laser and the laser just go AWOL, and it's like, oh my god, this is straight up from Die Another Day. Because I was worried that this game, First Light, was going to go the route that the Star Wars sequel went, which is, oh yeah, we're going to pay homage to the old stuff, but not that stuff. not that is genuine, that people consider bad. Let's not do that. Okay, but let's ignore the fan of that stuff. That's not cool. I thought they were going to do that, and when I started to see the robots,
You were afraid you were going to see too much Craig and not enough Brosnan.
I was concerned. I was afraid. I was really afraid. I was like, oh my, but they're not going to be, because I was like, no, they're not going to do Moonraker. They're not going to do Die Another Day.
Yeah.
Nobody likes these movies. They're too sci-fi for. No man. No man.
I
No,
want
man.
more Diamonds Are Forever, damn it.
I want more. I want more Die Another Day. They did it. They fucking did it.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like, like, here's the thing. Kilroy, Bond video games have always been like the whole refuge and audacity kind of thing. If like Agent Under Fire and Nightfire have had really Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, and Everything or Nothing, which were all three of them were considered the best James Bond games outside of GoldenEye and this one. Those three had really coked up, methed up plots.
They were snorting coke as much as Celtic, my dude. They were going all in with the whack guns and the whack technology and the outlandish.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe has an army of nanomachines that he will eat Russia with. It's like, what is this, man?
Villain is such a cool casting. Like the fact that we didn't get it in real
Willem
life
Dafoe.
William Dafoe, dude. And then. And for me, it's so crazy because
they got Green Goblin to be a Bond villain.
And when you look at the villain of First Light, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to use AI as to spread.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
My cleanup crew to make sure the news are indeed real. Oh, my fake news are real, and I was like, oh my god, this is just tomorrow. This is just.
Oh yeah, he kind of is like an updated version of Price, but not Price, Carver Webb kind of is an updated version of Carver, but admittedly I do like Carver more because he's kind of like he's just like shit-eating grin villain. He wears being a bad guy being on his sleeve. He loves being a bad guy. Webb still thinks he's doing the right thing, but
and that's why I prefer Damien as the villain, because Damien is clearly in.
Speaking of Damien, it's Damien and Webb. We got William von Oberstein in my James Bond game. We got Girls Front Line in my Bond game. Rudolf von Oberstein in my Bond game?
He was loving it, but the fact that I was like, but the mask is just because it's Bond, right? Like, it's alright. But then I saw that he actually designed it in his office, and he's clearly
because he's an autist for Roman history, Greek history and all that.
Oh my god, this dude is perfect. He's
an autist. He's an autist. 7 minutes, James, and puts a super he plugs himself with the super soldier serum, and he's like, 7 minutes, James. Bro thinks he's Albert Wesker.
He's growing the entire time. He's having so much fun.
Yeah, that's you can't even though you can tell why Bond hates him, but as a character you can't hate Damien because he's just
he's such a good fucking
he's just having fun. He's just there.
And the fucking oh my god, the Goldfinger reference. Oh my lord.
Yeah, with the chainsaw. With the chainsaw. I love that was great.
When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest fucking game ever. They know the sauce, brother. They know what they're cooking.
I always kept laughing. Here's I'm gonna kind of spoil some elements. Part of me Damien is fun as villain. He has a lot of personality. He's fun. He kind of feels like there's the obvious liquid snake. The way you got a British villain with long hair, and he keeps making fun of Bond. Yeah, that's Liquid Snake.
It's not over yet, Bond.
It's not over yet, brother.
For me, when I was in MI6 and I was chasing Damien to stop his boys, and every time I heard Damien with the mega suit and the mask turning around,
Bro put on the T-45 power armor. And he put on a juggernaut suit.
whenever,
He's the Call of Duty juggernaut.
whenever Damien yelled the name Bond to his goons, I was like, oh my god, this game is.
And I feel like while there are like
it. Stop Bond! He's there! Like, oh my god. And then James just doesn't stop. It's so good. It's so fucking cinema.
you can really tell that like they like besides the whole like I'm comparing him to William from Girls Front Line. I'm comparing him to Liquid Snake. I'm comparing him to like Albert Wesker. But if there was a Bond villain that he is genuinely closest to, definitely like he definitely Gustav Graves. And they play that right.
Yes.
They stole Gustav Graves right. And that's like here. I'm gonna spoil stuff that I'm like writing myself. Okay, for a moment because they're like okay.
Hey Felix, did I mention?
What there is an okay, say that again because I was about to like go into another like little thing. But say that again.
I like Die Another Day.
Yeah. And they leaned into that. They made Gustav Graves with a better character.
I was so worried. That they were not going to make they were not going to reference or even mention or even get a whiff of Die Another Day.
No, but they put Gustav Graves back.
Which is from Die Another Day. My god, brother, this is what I mean by this is my favorite game of the past decade because I had to live in a decade of eating shit from bad decision from corporate to ruin my favorite IPs, and this is the first time they nail everything. Like, this is so.
I feel like, in a way, they were kind of making fun of Craig's Bond when Greenway calls Bond the first light. Like, yeah, the title drop, the first light in over a decade. Greenway's specific line: "You're the best thing to happen to us in a decade." I feel like they really were shitting on Craig's Bond.
Because fucking Spectre, dude. Spectre fucking it was nail on chalkboard the entire time. That was
they tried to make a classic Bond, but they screwed it up a lot in that movie. I want to like that movie because it's the first it is one of two only Bond movies I have ever seen in theaters. But there isn't much to like. I want to salvage what I can because they tried to make a classic Bond movie, but there's too much Craig. They let too much Craig happen.
You gotta be left with nothing, dude. There's nothing to be taken from these movies. Like No Time to Die is but he dies.
Yeah, it's handled terribly. I'm in a server. I'm in a server talking a lot about movies. Like they bring up Bond a lot. They brought up Bond again. Like the topic of No Time to Die came up, and they were all praising it. I was just like, it is like from a writer's perspective, from a writer's and a fan's perspective. No Time to Die's ending is the antithesis of what Bond should be. It is, and not in a good way. It is handled terribly. There is like the way hold on. There's the let me go find my full rant because
I don't want to do that because we're it's a first live stream and we're going to first live. Here's something. Sorry to cut you out, but I want to keep it because
keep it positive. Yeah.
Their attention. I want to say something real straight to the people who are listening to us. This game is not just a jerk off of James Bond nostalgia. It
J-
loves this game loves James Bond. It
yeah,
respects it and want to pay it homage, but it's not a nostalgia fest.
it's yeah,
It's not Spider-Man Homecoming. It's
it's
his
just
own, but it
it take
clearly
like it takes the franchise it's doing seriously.
it loves the franchise. It loves the IP. This game, bro, they made a AAA game with soul. With soul. Oh my god, in 2026, brother, who would have thunk? Who would have? From Amazon, dude. From Amazon, dude. Who would have?
To be fair, IOI did do the heavy lifting.
IOI, they're gonna have to do a real stupid shit to lose our loss because the goodwill right now is through the roof. I'm ready. Show me.
I have one last complaint, Kilroy. I have one last negative thing to say or about First Light, and you know what it is?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Aston Martin was a cock tease. That's what it was. It was a cock tease. It's like they didn't let you play it for they just like I wanted they gave it they gave
The Valhalla.
yeah the Valhalla.
Bro,
They let you they
Stop,
let you drive it for 5 seconds. It's 5 seconds and then the whole thing ends. It's like oh man.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Newsflash, buddy. It's coming on Taxim.
Wait, what? You can drive it more. You can drive it more in the simulations.
It will come soon.
Oh, okay. We have to wait for it.
But it's coming, brother.
It's like they teased it so much. Like I want to see the car. I want to see the car. I want to see the car. To be honest, I like the dump truck. In the Vietnam level, and I like the Aston Martin Vantage in Slovakia. But
Yeah.
I feel like the other complaint that I have is there isn't too much proper in the way of driving. There's one good car chase, there's one good like big thing escape, but besides that, it's like there wasn't too much in terms of vehicle driving stuff.
I'm going to tell you that I think it's the first game. And it's
They'll get it right later on. You're saying they'll get it right later on.
Yeah, because because it's the first time IO does driving. It's the first time that IO does a driving, and it's rough around the edges. But I'm gonna be honest. I've played the emulator, on the emulation, Everything or Nothing, Nightfire.
Those are known for their driving levels, from what I remember.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. Yikes! It aged. It's rough around the edges, man. So the fact that they got it all right in First Light, even without gadgets, makes me anticipate for the Valhalla and when it's going to come into play in the next game, because they have to use it. Now that they showed us the smoking gun, they're gonna have to use it. And you want to know something that when I saw the car, not just the female voice AI, which is a clear
that was like threw me a little, but then I remembered like why is there like a Knight Rider? But then I remembered Tomorrow Never Dies had a car AI too. So
So I want to say something real quick. I saw this car and I just melted because oh my god, this is the car from Spy Hunter. This is all the car.
that one. That came up a couple times. Yeah.
Cube when I was a kid. Okay, it's one of my first game on a console I ever got was Spy Hunter. And oh my god, when I saw this car and I was doing donuts, I was like, man, this is yes. Oh my god.
Will you say that is your definitive, like, if you were gonna choose a new car for the next James Bond, would you say it's the Valhalla?
Yeah.
I'm still on the Velour. I'm still on the I'm sorry. I still like this one.
I'm gonna be honest. The Valhalla seems to be like the super car. But if I want the James Bond is now driving into the parking of a casino, the DB7, the DB7. It's still the DB7, the Vanquish.
Oh, this is the
my bad. The Vanish from Die Another Day. I'm sorry, man.
The Vanquish, you mean? That's your like.
No, no, no.
Here's the thing, like.
Hugh calls it Spanish. I'm gonna be honest, man. The car just looks so good.
Yeah, but like, would you say like if this like which one of these would you prefer show up in the next James Bond film? This one, the Velour, or this one, the Valhalla, the one in the game? Which one?
Show me the other one.
This one.
Show me the big picture of the other one.
Oh, this is the Velour.
This is the okay, and show me this one. Oh my god, the Velour. Oh my god, the Velour.
That is
show me
that.
The one in the back, the one that shows me the back of the car.
Oh, this one. Let me go find this one. This one. Here it is.
Oh my god.
That is such a good looking car.
Oh my god.
That is such a good looking car.
Listen, this car is I'm chasing the bad guy in a tank. The Velour, Velour is Bond is coming into the casino.
Yeah, this would be his daily driver of a modern Bond. This would be his daily driver.
I already see the machine gun coming out of the car, dude.
Which one?
The Velour.
Oh, so like the
I love the Valhalla, but the Velour is just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Velour is the Velour is still the best Aston Martin product in a while. It's such a pretty car.
Bro, I think if they put it in the James Bond movie, I think it's going to be the DB7. I think it's going to be the Vanquish.
Yeah, it's such a good. This is such a good looking daily driver. I'm hoping again. I respect the Valhalla. I like what First Light did with the Valhalla, but it's too like I love this car. It's too McLaren. It looks too much like a McLaren with a rear engine and everything. I love Pagani. I love McLaren, but it's like the Valhalla looks too much like that. This is an Aston Martin.
The Valhalla fits for the games.
Yeah.
The Velour fits for the movies.
Yeah. All right. So you agree with me?
The Valhalla looks so fucking cool in the game.
Yeah, it is. I just wish it was in it for longer. They kept teasing us. Oh, Bond, like, I'm sorry, you're gonna like, I like you a lot, but you'll only drive this car over my dead body. And it's like you drive it for 5 minutes. No, less than that. You drive it for 2 minutes, and then that's it. Done. You're done. Machine gun's overheated. You're out of missiles, and then
donuts for 2 minutes.
Something I do like that, like a really cool character moment for Damien in his Juggernaut suit. He walks up with like a Hydra 70 rocket pod, and he shoots down the chandelier. And like that was a cool moment for a Bond villain that I really like, especially for one is like so late in the game. I like that part when like Damien does that because it's just a cool moment.
It's so fun because Michael Webb is the main villain.
Yeah, Sir Nick Webb. Yeah.
Yeah, Sir Webb is obviously the villain, but for me,
Damien is the one that makes it personal.
Yeah, Damien is the antagonist, but Sir Michael is the villain.
Yeah.
And this is so unique for me because usually the villain is the antagonist, but the antagonist is the henchman.
Yeah. Because they had it both ways. Like of course they had like the two themed henchmen, the Finns, the Murtos. And they did it really well. They made this like cool gimmick of like them being identical twins, but they didn't make it like overly cheesy, and they played it really hardcore with like how they did it.
And for me it's hilarious because the main villain is Sir Michael and his henchman is Damien, but the villain, the game is Damien, and therefore he has henchmen. And so we get like
You
super
have
cool.
you have a very wide spectrum of Bond villains in this game. You have like you have the themed henchman. You have like this other themed henchman who's also supposed to be like this the dark reflection of Bond, who's like another young man who's like off his rocker but like having fun with his job. And then you have like the old man who's like the rich guy who has all the power. They have all like they combined all the different villain tropes of Bond movies and games and put it into one.
And it's so fun because, due from the fact that this is a video game and it cannot be a movie because a movie is 2 hours top, this game
Yeah.
is like 12 hours. You need to give us a lot of stuff to do. And
Yeah.
we can't go after a henchman. We need some extra meat on our bones.
You need a big lineup. You need a big kill list.
So the fact that, yeah, Michael is the main villain, but Damien is the antagonist.
Nick Frost. That's his name. It's not Michael. It's Nick.
Yeah, the fact that Nick is the main villain, but Damien is the antagonist, allows Damien, the henchman, to have henchmen, which
Yeah.
makes us have more diversity of bad guy. Because
Yeah.
Damien is the henchman of his dad, but he also have his own team of bad guys.
Yeah. He has goons. The goon has goons.
The goon has goons. Like, I felt that Nick was milk toast in terms of
Yeah.
villain,
Very like.
but because it's obvious that he's not the main villain.
Yeah. Like you. Like he feel because he like Sir Nick got revealed so early on as the villain that I thought there would be someone else. And like spoiler.
Me,
You know like we're all guessing who Isola really works for, right?
yeah, that has big that this has big Spectre vibes.
Yeah, they all but revealed the existence of Spectre without ever mentioning it, or like without ever actually mentioning its name.
And that's the thing I'm actually concerned is that
Like
I'm
when you
gonna
see that like some like they just like they have a you have a Russian submarine with a Japanese crewman that comes out of nowhere to assist like these two random agents. Nah, that's Spectre, man. Like no shot. That isn't Spectre.
the thing is that I was thinking, she's Japanese, as she's part of the Japanese government.
But no, but that's a like I recognize that early on. That's a Russian submarine, probably
Yeah, but
not operated by the Russians, and
true.
but, like in
But
that
it's like she's a DGSC, she's a French. Okay, no, but now she's Japanese. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. That she's an operative. She's going to be a villain.
yeah, she might be the villain in the next one.
Or the
Again,
henchman.
probably keeping up the whole Ada Wong thing or like Fujiko Mine
Yeah.
thing. She might
Yeah.
survive the next one.
Maybe. I really. Oh man. This whole fucking game, dude. This whole game.
And something like I guess on my own ways because you're aware of the thing that I'm writing. Like the game has had its influences on that, but something I'm refreshed to see is that there is like thankfully like I can write in peace knowing that like there's still enough originality in my own ideas, but I can still have fun with this because we're all drinking from the same pot. So seeing how other people play with like see watching other people play with our toys is for once really fun. Because they didn't screw it up.
Yes, and that's for me. It would have been so easy to screw it up.
Yeah, it would have been. That it would have been really easy to drop the ball on this, but they didn't.
Because they could have made a mean-spirited Austin Powers. They could
Yeah.
have.
But we did, and they know we didn't want that. But they gave us the real deal, and it has a lot. And the whole point of it is that it has heart.
Yeah, it's a AAA game with soul, guys. They did it. They fucking did it. It took us 10 years, but they finally did it. They gave us a game with soul. It's
and then okay, fine. I will have another. I just realized I still have a little bit more to say. There's a little bit of nuance. You remember where, like, I told you that point where, like, this isn't as much a game problem as it is a me thing. There was that point during the Vietnam the Vietnam mission that I told you. This is where I feel like Bond finally becomes Bond, because before then, Patrick Gibson, like, all my respect to him because I think he's a really good actor. He played like he is in fact very young to play James Bond, because of course it's a far younger Bond than we're used to getting. And there were times that I felt like he kind of feels like this is what it would feel like if they put Tom Holland in the role. I'm not saying he's Tom Holland, but it kind of feels that way sometimes. Those little bits where he's like the little younger guyisms, him being out of character, where he's like, because in the books and in the books and in the movies, Bond is really used to wealth. In this one, he comes from a poorer family, and that kind of aspect kind of reminded me a little bit too much of like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But there were moments where I feel like, yeah, this is like Tom Holland's Spider-Man in a Bond suit sometimes. That's not that it, like, again, it's a me thing. I get it's not a you thing, but thankfully by the end, I fully embraced. Yeah, this guy is James Bond. At least by the Vietnam and Antarctica levels, I fully registered that this guy had grown into the role of James Bond.
He came into the character real quick. And that's the thing. That's why I say that it blows Craig Bond out of the water.
It took multiple movies for him to feel like Bond.
And the moment he became Bond, it was the worst fucking one.
Yeah.
By the time Spectre comes around, oh my god, bro, stop it. Please, kill him. Like, just end it all.
Well, they did kill him, and it wasn't good.
And it wasn't fucking good, bro. Nah, man, I don't like it. I absolutely did not enjoy it one bit. Correct, Bond. And for me, it's like, oh my god. So this is how you do it. This is just how you do a young Bond. You give him let him keep the personality. But he's still learning the ropes. But he still feels like himself. He doesn't learn to become the suave, seductive, smooth talker, smooth operator. He is. It comes natural.
He just is by nature. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what makes it way better. Is that it's part of him. It's what makes Bond Bond. For Craig, it felt like he had to build the character.
Yeah. Writing wise, it is a damn good game. Writing wise, it's a damn good game.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, my other kind of minor complaints were like, some of you are aware that I am I write for IMFDB. It's not a big thing. I'm just some Janny on a site. But IMFDB, the internet gun database.
I use it a whole lot. Don't worry.
Yeah, so do I. As a gun guy, First Light, there's enough off about these guns. I didn't I like how they handled the PPK, and I like the AR-15 and the MP5 and the B&T SPC-10, the APC-10, but the rest is kind of they kind of fudging it a bit, and I feel like I would have wanted more realistic guns, and I would have wanted more diversity in the guns that we saw in the game, especially in a game with a lot of gunfights and a lot of shooting. I would have hoped there was a little bit more diversity in that. That's my gripe.
And then I would say that's true. It's from IO Interactive, so pull the guns from Hitman in James Bond.
Yeah, they just put the guns from Hitman in. Like, the gun, they're better. It's better than the ones in Hitman, but it's not by much. Not by much.
No. For me, it's night and day.
Oh,
Hitman gunfights were awful. Awful. This game was not made for gunfights. It's 100% Hitman. And it's alright because it's Hitman, not James Bond. And I feel it's perfectly acceptable that Hitman actively punishes you to go John Wick because the game is not built for that kind of game. That's why James Bond, the
so you're saying they gave us
so
the avenue.
much better, dude, because it's built for that. And I was really worried that I couldn't be able to give that, to give blood pumping action scene like I would be used to from Brosnan. And man, oh man, oh man, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. Yeah. The when the bullet starts flying at Webb's Industries and Bond is trying to escape, it's just absolute pure cinema. The game, it's the opposite of it. You said it, like the game gets better as you
Yeah,
play
it
it.
gets better the longer it goes, both in terms of story and in terms of actual gameplay. Like it feels like I commended the Antarctica and the final MI6 level because it feels like they finally let you off the rails. And like yes, they still introduced new mechanics like the Reki robot, but like it feels like they're just letting you do what you do. You can find like there's no more restrictions. It's letting you do whatever you want now. It's a full sandbox.
The Q Lab, where you have unlimited resources on your watch and
Sentry
every
going up.
single gadget, tools, whatever that Q branch was working on prior to the attack.
Yeah.
Just, man, wow. It's insane. It was so fun. They let you just go ape shit. You know what? Because I got spoiled that scene, I saw screenshots of the Q Lab assault, and I was thinking it was just going to be the Q Lab. The fact that it's the entire MI6 and the control room and the places that you see in like calm cutscenes
Yeah.
that introduce the mission and Moneypenny and now becomes a full blown war zone.
Yeah.
And then you're chasing Damien, and then you reach Q-Lab, and it's just like, oh yeah, baby, gloves are off.
What did
The
you think
scene,
of what did you think of the outfits? Like going off of my other stuff. What did you think of like the stuff Bond wears in this
the
game?
outfit. When you reach the Tia room, and then Bond gets in, it's like Universal Export. I have a delivery of assholes. Is that you guys? And then he beats them all, and he's like, "Yep, right floor." And it's like, oh man, the fucking stuff. The goons. I was afraid. I was afraid because I was thinking, oh man, they're gonna go generic bad. They're gonna go generic black uniforms and black lavas and black tag gear and black guns and black everything. Man, once I saw
Because they had the like it was white and red. That's like their little motif, right?
when it's Damien, they become orange, and I'm like, oh man,
Oh, I
it's
didn't
so
even notice that.
yeah, they could turn orange once you get really personal with Webb and you start in Argentica, they roll out orange uniforms, and it's like this is an escalation of like they're no longer fucking around.
Are you
And
okay?
they're no longer fucking around.
Yeah.
They freaking goons with uniforms, and it's so fun. I cannot wait to see more. The thing is that I was, and you know what? Playing the game reassured me that hey, maybe they can pull up a Blofeld, maybe they can pull up a Spectre. Because for
Yeah.
me, uh, ever since Sean Connery stake
Yeah.
on Blofeld, uh, we had George Lazenby, and then we
Yeah,
had
like I that honestly, like as much as I have my issues with On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Telly Savalas's Blofeld, like even like that was like I get that Donald Pleasance, is like the big name, but for me, like the movie that introduced me to Blofeld was On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and so Telly Savalas and Charles Gray in Diamonds Are Forever, those two are my favorite Blofelds still. Even as someone who loves You Only Live Twice, those two Blofelds were my favorite.
and the thing is that you have noticed we haven't mentioned a single time Christopher Walken.
What? Wait, what?
Christopher Waltz.
Oh, Christoph Waltz, yeah.
We haven't mentioned him. Christoph Waltz. Waltz as Blofeld is fucking forgivable, man. I can't believe it. We live in a world where Christopher Waltz cannot be a good Blofeld.
Yeah, and I think that was because of this. Would you say it's because of the script or because of him? Because he's a really good actor.
The script and the director.
Yeah.
He's just not in, man. And I was like, man, they're never gonna. For me, it was like, yeah. Ever since Austin Power and Doctor Evil, they just killed the
Yeah,
character.
they didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah, and I felt like, you know what?
Just play it straight. Just play the character straight, man.
For me,
You
it
know
was
what
like,
to do. You know you don't.
Maybe it's good to retire the character and accept the fact that he peaked when he came out, but the series modernized, and that type of villain just doesn't work no more. Like, we have parody it out the wazoo. Every time you make a parody of a Bond villain, you make Blofeld. I think it's time to just move on. And now I see First Light, I'm like, hey, you know what? Show me the money.
Well, I never thought we should move on because I always because even and no matter how cartoonish Blofeld got for me, he's always been such an interesting villain, especially in the versions from the books. Especially from the version of Blofeld from the books, that I always thought that just playing the character straight and leaning into that, it would be a better bet than than trying to be edgy or different or letting yourself be mocked. Just play the character as it is, because he is interesting as enough as he is.
And, well, I should probably read the books.
I'm rereading Casino Royale right now, at least an online version, so I do recommend it.
I will definitely give it a shot. For this game made me love James Bond again. Like, not just as, yeah, I do like James Bond. It made me like, okay, I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, if Amazon can pull off something like this with the movies, I think we'll all be pretty happy.
Oh man, now we're gonna see James Bond in theaters, man. You're gonna be able to say that I've watched other James Bond than Daniel Craig.
Yeah. And finally, what did you think of the stuff that Bond wears in this game? Like the whole it was a little jarring to me early on to see Bond. Like, I get it, he's he's close to our age, but seeing him without the suits it threw me off a little bit. Like, I like the leather jacket, but he kind of looks like a greaser here. Like, he kind of looks like a 50s greaser with a lot of the stuff that he wears. But he grows into it later on. I like with the turtleneck and the trench coat. That, that leaned, funny enough, that leaned into a lot of different aspects of Bond. I know Moore wore something like that. Yeah, the turtleneck and the trench coat. I know Craig wore something like that.
James Bond in a pair of jeans, man.
It's not the jeans, because he literally wears jeans in Doctor No, something I find really interesting, but it's the t-shirt that throws it off for me. I like the leather jacket, I like the jeans. The t-shirt kind of threw it off for me. It wasn't, it didn't feel Bond enough. So I was glad when he swapped it out for the sweater. I was glad when he swapped it out.
Felix, for me, that's the perfect representation of the game.
Oh,
The fact that you can see that it's James Bond. You buy it. You see the smooth, you see the personality, but he's not. It's off key, just a little bit.
it really put that like the whole like white T-shirt thing. It really put the emphasis on like yes, his name is James Bond, but he's not James Bond yet until the end of the game.
And that's
And that like you heard my complaints about the white bow tie instead of the blue bow tie in the Vietnam level. I wanted it so badly to be the blue bow tie instead. But you
absolutely love is that it's off key. Because when I saw the suit, when I saw the black pants and the white tux,
yeah, the gold finger tuxedo.
The bow tie, something's missing. Something is missing. Like, where's the bow tie? I was thinking, oh my god,
Because it's gonna be the black one. I want the black one, and then it's the white one.
And are they going to like remove it because he's still the young man? I was like, okay, I can live with it. And then I see the white bow tie, and I'm like, oh my god, this is even more what I was thinking. Even better.
I wanted the black bow tie though. I wanted the black or the blue one.
Better. It's James wears a white bow tie with glasses. That's for me the absolute. That was the ultimate picture of what this game is. He's James Bond. He's going to pull off the tux, but he's still a green Bond. He hasn't earned the tux.
He's still a bit too much like you and me.
Yeah, he's still a kid from the street, like Eggsy being given the tux.
Yeah.
But in the future, he's still like when he orders the drink in Vietnam and he says, "Give me a cocktail, surprise me."
Like we're waiting for the martini, but he just orders something. But the waiter just gives him something from like that they made themselves.
Yeah,
but the thing is, something funny that I remember in the little bar scene where you're serving Ellis, the tequila slammer one. There's something on the side that says the old fashioned, and that I remember because like when doing my research on my stream some time ago, like that besides the three like essential Bond cocktails are the Negroni Spritz, the vodka martini, and the old fashioned. And one of the options there was the old fashioned. I don't think I've had a proper old fashioned before. I've had a Negroni before. I've had variations on the vodka martini, but I haven't had one with pure vermouth yet, and that I'm excited to try at some point.
Is it good?
Oh, you've had one before.
I never. I'm a tequila slammer guy.
Oh, you're a tequila slammer. Oh, those. There is my favorite though. Like to have drank in real life. My favorite though is the mojito from Die Another Day, because I drank it. I realized this is really sweet. This is almost like soda, but it still gives you that alcoholic kick, and I really like that. The mojito. I like a lot of Cuban cocktails. I like the Cuba Libre, and I like the mojito.
For me, it's the tequila. For me, it's because of
hard boiled.
Yeah, because of hard boiled.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we've covered most of our bases, haven't we? This is
So what about the stuff you didn't like?
Well, I already told you all the stuff I didn't like.
Because I didn't mention it's a 8 out of 10, and I didn't mention everything I love about this game.
Okay, from your end, what didn't you like? What did you not like?
The optimization.
Oh,
This game is, oh boy. This game is don't forget, it's a AAA game with soul, but it's
it's very evident. Like it tries to be good. It knows it wants you to like it. It's still very much a AAA game. It still treats itself as one too.
And I just would like to remind everyone that my friend, not me, my friend spent $115 Canadian.
shout out to that man.
I would like to remind everyone that this is a single player game that at best you're gonna finish in 15 hours. I did 21 because I'm an idiot who died a lot and got lost often.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it is if you really hardcore slam it,
And part of
this is a
that,
short game.
and also, I would like to also mention that a lot of that 21 hours was waiting for the loading times. It's
Oh.
long to load. Sometimes it's like, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Fallout New Vegas had shorter loadings.
Oh, that's that. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that is a condemnation.
And I play it with mods. I play my Fallout with a shit ton of mods.
And then what's the other thing? The other thing that knocks off the last star off of it for you.
The graphic are hit or miss. It looks good in cutscenes, but the moment you're in gameplay,
Yeah,
like,
it kind of
the
like you.
facial expression are stiff. I feel like.
Yeah,
and,
I think I feel
I
like
had a
Hitman.
lot of problems with water.
What is it?
I had a lot of problem with water.
With water?
Yeah. So when we were in Alpha,
Oh, and
I was
LS.
left. Yeah, I was convinced it was a desert.
Yeah, and then the ocean comes out of literally nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I
yeah,
was
that
like,
was weird. That was really weird. Because
I would
it's
like, and I would just want to let you know something. I'm not done. I'm not done because the whole time I was like, how these boats managed to end up here? We're in the middle of the desert. There's no water around. And then I keep walking and I keep walking
and then boom, there's the ocean. It's like, how did we get here?
But
Because
don't forget, I'm not done. I'm not done. They keep
Yeah.
talking about port, and I'm like, a port in the middle of the desert? And then I keep walking, and I'm like, man, this rock is like hanging out of nowhere. Why?
There
does-
isn't a beach. It's just like there isn't even a cliff. It's just you
And
like you.
then it hit me. The water was not rendering.
Wait, really? That was.
I have no water.
Hold on. I have to. I'm on the Steam page. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There was no water. Absolutely none.
There
It
wasn't.
was miles of deserts. So when I had the boat
The water-
and I was seeing that it was floating, I was like, wait, there's supposed to be water in here? And so you can imagine my surprise.
Wait, the water was invisible for you. The water was invisible.
Invisible.
Yeah, there are parts of this game that genuinely it feels kind of rushed.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you can tell. It's like,
The tax sim, absolutely, like, I was like mad because I was like, okay, tax sim is fun, but there's a video game I want to play and there's a storyline I want to hear. So how the fuck do I get? I leave tax sim, and I had to like. I thought I was like, okay, but it's a tutorial, so I just need to play all the operations, and then I do all the operation, and I'm not done, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
well, wait, it doesn't let you out. It doesn't give the option to let you out.
I had to go on YouTube to make me say to realize if you enter tax sim from the main story and you want to leave tax sim, you have to quit the game.
Oh, because it's treated as a separate game mode.
Yes. And I was like, what
Great
the
shot,
fuck?
lying alive.
You can go from the story mode
Oh,
to
sorry.
tax sim, but not tax sim to story mode.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Ah.
Also, the web's London HQ has mad pacing problem. It's a fun mission when you do it one time.
Where you're doing it with Greenway and like you're getting him coffee and all that.
Yeah, but it's fun when I was like playing the game for the first time and like seeing these two guys slowly warming up to each other and learning to like each other and hearing about Greenway's relationship with 009
Yeah,
and understanding why he did what he did and what he was thinking and makes the reveal that 009 and these fellow 00 were innocent and that
yeah,
Greenway just blindly obeyed these orders makes that scene it much more harder. I don't need to replay that when I'm going to replay the game.
yeah.
I've already done it. I don't need to do it twice.
Yeah.
It was none that for it because it's man. I wish you had like scene selectors.
Oh, yeah, like scene selectors within missions.
Yeah, because everyone raise their hand if they want to replay the intro of Webb's London HQ. No, nobody. You want to play the game starting after you're done with the servers and after you're hit with the big plot twist that Webb is the big bad guy. And it's not his neurotic son, it's actually Webb. It's actually Sir Nick Webb. And then the gunfight starts and it's big bang bang. Yes, that's when I want to start playing this level. If I want to relive.
Wait, does the slog include the server room the server room thing?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't like the server room mission.
Well, I did it stealth. I tried my best to stay stealthy. I actively did my best to use the gadgets because I was like, oh my god, but this is like literally what I wanted from Hitman is to use more. Because you said, oh, it sucks due to the license to kill thing, and I was like, man, if I got caught, I reloaded.
Oh.
I reloaded.
You just reloaded from there.
Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't care. I wanted to get the experience. I know I could like bluff, but what if I ran out of bluff? Or what if my bluff was just not working anymore? Or what if like
so you really you ran through it until it was perfect.
Yep. What if I did my bluff, but I didn't realize there was a watcher? Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. License to kill? Nah. I'm licensed to kill if like I feel like it narratively fits.
If it fits the story, yeah. Like you play for the cinematography first.
Going gun blazing in the server room and then you're done and then you go back to Greenway and like there's no tension. It's like no. They're still like trying to piece out things. And
Yeah, they're still trying to keep on cover. Like stay
exactly. And then Webb springs the trap and then it's the fan. Perfect, no problem. License to kill, no problem.
Yeah, the rocket can.
Exactly. Because and that's the thing you said. I don't like that license to kill because you could get creative with your guns. You want to know what happened? You want to know what happens?
Yeah.
When you do that. Everyone is just going to shoot the guns at the head of the guards. They're not going to get creative. They're going to take the path of least resistance, and they're going to completely invalidate the gadget.
Yeah, something I kept seeing when I saw Doki Bird play this game is she fought every single person that she saw.
Because
that's like and that's a problem because she's so used to like other games where doing that is the point. But like
because they're video games, they're not. I played it as if it was a James Bond TV show.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is super ironic because I keep bitching about video games that does that, like Mixtape or Dispatch or games that are more like Telltale. But when I saw this game, it's like, yeah, I'm getting the cinematic experience, but the gameplay is there.
Yeah. There's an actual game behind for the story to revolve around.
And that's what I loved about this. For me, I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me that Hugh spends, God forbid, know how much money on these gadgets that he gives you for free.
You better use them.
But you're just gonna use your PPK the whole time? Why? You have the coolest fucking gadget in the world! You have what every fucking kid wanted out of a fucking video game when you play James Bond. The other games like Everything or Nothing, Nightfire, or Agent of the Fire, those gadgets were super context sensitive.
Yeah, I remember.
They were they were useful only and only in certain situations. The missile pen, the laser watch is so versatile. I cannot play a mission without it. It's so
Yeah.
good. Every time I go in a mission with, every time I go to pick my 4 gadget, and I'm like, okay, so if I bring the phone dart, I get more utility in stealth, but I'm missing out on more utilities in combat, such as a smoke grenade or a flashbang. Smoke grenades are useful, but they're very loud and they make me spot even if I'm discreet in stealth. But they're very useful in combat, where I can use a pop a smoke screen and maybe
Something I do, like going back to like the shooting elements, I do kind of wish, like during the whole license to kill modes, I do kind of wish, besides the guns, I wish Bond got access to more grenades, or like he could access enemy grenades, because like outside of the Q gadgets, like the flashbangs and smoke grenades, because because at least from a watcher's perspective, like seeing as someone who only like saw this secondhand through someone else, seeing like because a lot of enemies do the Half-Life thing or the COD thing and just spam your position with grenades. And having the option to like return fire with like flush them out with your own would have been a lot nicer, I think.
for me it would have just been like, okay, but why the gadgets?
What is that?
I see your point, but for me the answer is yeah, but you have to put your gadget there. You have
Yeah,
grenades.
you have to use your gadgets more than
Have
what
a-
you take from your enemies.
You have a smoke grenade. You have flashbangs. You have grenades.
It's just not in the typical grenade slot.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so fun. It's because otherwise it's just another action game. You're playing James Bond. You're gonna get gadget out the wazoo. That's the magic of it. If you put like grenade, like okay, but yeah, it's an extra utility, true, but they added grenades because gadget back then were very context sensitive. You didn't add a smoke grenade in Agent Under Fire. You didn't add yeah, you had a laser watch in Nightfire, but was the laser watch actually useful in combat?
No.
Was the Did you add like a smoke grenade as a lighter in Everything or Nothing? No, you have nothing. So because because due to the technical limitation of that time of gaming, grenades were the most logical things to pick. But nowadays we have the tech to make gadget fun and interesting that can be used in all sorts of situations that requires the gamer to use his brain matter a little bit further than hey, crosshair on the guy's head.
That's fair.
And that's the
Oh, you okay?
yeah, I'm just coughing on water. My
Oh.
bad.
Yeah, that happens.
Like I remember a lot of people like were complaining about like the GoldenEye remake and 007 Legend. I was
Yeah.
like, they're Call of Duty Bond. Yeah, you
Because
wanna know why?
there isn't enough Bond in those games.
Because there's no gadget. Like this is the thing that only James Bond can get away with. You put gadget in another video game, people are gonna be like, who the fuck does this game think they are, James Bond? Well,
This
now
one-
you have a James Bond game. You can get away with it. Do it.
Yeah.
Go fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Batman does it. Batman is so. That's the thing that people love from those games is all the fucking tools and gadgets and the techno babble that comes with them.
Yeah.
And also the fact that the game also makes fun of the other gadget of the Bond franchise. Like they mentioned the jetpack from.
Oh yeah, the Thunderbolt jetpack, the Diesel jetpack. Yeah.
Jetpack. They mentioned the fucking Diana. The world is not enough. Avalanche jacket.
Oh
They,
yeah, that one.
They do the golden eye gag on the phone booth.
Something funny that I found out is, or that I remember, is that like they're not shy about referencing "Never Say Never Again" of all movies.
I haven't seen Never Say Never Again.
Neither
yet.
have I, especially because it's not like an official James Bond movie. But I just think it's interesting that like they're willing to go in that direction again.
Because this game loves James Bond.
Yeah.
And
even the stuff outside of Eon. Well, it technically is because Amazon owns the rights to Never Say Never Again. So, and there's a lot of edits on YouTube, but that try and really sorry, my voice is a bit scratchy. That really try to like remake Never Say Never Again into an official James Bond movie, which I think are really fun.
This is like, and one of my favorite gags in the Collab is the conversation I had with you about the turrets in the car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They literally talk about it. And James says like, is there going to be enough room for an engine? And then they joke about it and say, yeah, don't worry about it. It's just we're gonna have no.
We're gonna have to take out the windshield wiper reservoir.
And it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was that.
Fucking funny.
That is something that I have to like reevaluate and like check like how like can a Mark 48 fit inside like the headlight well of a Bentley.
The idea of having a car weaponized, filled to the brim with rockets and machine guns.
Yeah.
And boosters and equipment to go on the water.
However brief it was, I really liked that moment where the twin Brownings pop out of Valhalla. The two 250 cals come out.
I look at that and I'm like, yeah, there's space. They could fit it. They could find space.
Huh.
And I'm like, man, this is. And also, it's also because it's in the back, so it gives me.
The problem is that the engine is in the back. On the Valhalla, the engine is in the back, which is like.
They love to keep their machine gun near the engine. Right?
Yeah. They keep the two things that are most likely to overheat next to each other.
And that's James Bond for you, brother.
And I remember an observation I had a while back that suddenly struck me, like as a kid, like being into like interested in guns and like seeing James Bond and like the car. When the guns pop out on the DB5, like you think, oh, there's like a Browning machine gun in there. You realize there is no space for a full-size gun to fit inside that wheel well. There is no space. So the only logical conclusion is that those two guns there, you put two Uzis upside down and just made them pop out, and that's it. That's why it didn't last very long. Bond only had 32 rounds of 9mm in those little wheel wells, and something that like a rare improvement that I will say that No Time to Die did have is that yeah, I think you would be able to fit better like bigger guns in at least one of the headlights.
The other, another complaint about the game is the soundtrack. The soundtrack.
Yeah, it could have been
It could have been just a little bit. It's all right.
It's serviceable, but it could have been better. It could have been a bit more unique.
Yeah, because you have freaking James Bond in a video game, and knowing video game soundtrack, my guy, you could have done something.
I did like the something I will say, I like the when they play the Bond theme, they did it right.
Yeah.
When they played and I like that little motif, the Honor Majesty Secret Service motif that they played during the dump truck scene was done really well. They composed it very well.
You want to know what happened when that scene? I climbed. I heard he talked too much. And I immediately think about pro wrestling because you talk too much is a insider joke in the pro wrestling community. And then there's and then James says, "Whoever said bigger isn't better clearly never drove one of these." Start.
He's just driving this truck the size of a building.
And then
Something I do wish for both the garbage truck scene and the dump truck scene is the option. Yeah.
Wait. Let me finish. I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm not done. So I climb up, get rid of the guy, hear the reference, start the truck. Here on Her Majesty's Secret Service song pop. I'm like, no, I wasn't ready. Restart. I reloaded the checkpoint.
It's done very well.
Ever did that in a video game in my life where I was like actively accepting to just reload the save because I felt my run wasn't good enough. Like
you weren't prepared to take it.
Yeah, Vietnam going inside the marine biologist hotel room.
Yeah.
I redid that entire encounter, I think like 5 or 6 times, despite the
because
fact
you wanted to get it right. Like you wanted pure perfection with that.
I wanted to end the encounter with gadgets inside, like energy of gadget, because I wanted to use the missile. Because it was too cool to not use. And bro, when Her Majesty's Secret Service popped, I legit like got up of my chair and like it was like
it's placed so well in the story.
Like when the song popped, I was fucking yelling out of my mind like, let's fucking go, dude. This game gets it. This game got this. Oh, by the way, the fucking quarry, the entire quarry is such a good because Greenway gets healed and then he just pulls out his
Greenway pulling out the Captain Macmillan
membership of FaZe Clan. This
was Captain Macmillan's other student from Modern Warfare. That was his other guy, like after Price.
Doing it sideways, bro. It was insane. I remember.
It's just like it's funny because like the way you're tagging the bad guys with your with the watch. You're.
Felix,
how do I say this? It's like
there's a moment in this game that made me feel out of the movie. Real shit that happened to me. I'm in the encounter. Greenway is going ape shit crazy on the sniper rifle, and I'm trying to get kills. This motherfucker's stealing my kills.
And then they're counting. Counting their kills.
I'm running out of ammo in my submachine gun. So I toss at a guy to stun him. Greenway fucking kills him, and my machine gun after he's about to fall on the ground. I was like, oh motherfucker. This dude, what, bro? Greenway went from grouchy old mentor to. I was convinced he was 007. I was genuinely convinced.
The prior 007 before Bond.
Greenway was the 007. I was convinced. And at the end of the game, when M gives James his certification to become a 00, and she says you're 001, and I was convinced he was going to ask what was Greenway's 00, and she would have said 007. But then he switched to says there's 7 other recruits. I'm the 7th recruit of.
I think the guy I was watching react like Barry. He made that same like assumption as well, but he settled on the 7th recruit.
I'm gonna to just prove furthermore that this game is not woke. I would have bought it. I would have 1000% bought that Greenway was 007 before Bond.
Yeah, because he's a well-written character. He's genuinely a well-written character. He isn't like he has his conflicts with Bond not because of any political reason. It's because it's just
different mentality, different philosophy.
Yeah, and Greenway gradually has to accept that Bond is in fact a better field agent than he is, because Bond is able to Bond has better was better as an intelligence officer when it came than he was. He did.
No, not even that. I don't even see it like that. I don't think that Greenway saw Bond as his superior. I think that Greenway saw Bond as the next generation, as there's a new way of thinking.
This is my responsibility to protect and make sure this guy gets through.
And I saw Greenway as he realized that Bond is not just a showboat, a womanizer. He's not just all the.
He's someone beyond his flaws.
He saw him beyond his flaws and realized, but this dude fucking kicks ass, and he's right, and he's he comes from a different background with a different. I would say a lot of things that Bond comes to conclusion, because M is a fucking tool in this game. I'm gonna be
she really is a bureaucrat here.
And she for me, honestly, she's the evil queens of number that Judi Dench was.
Yeah, but she's really easily tossed around by Webb. She does.
Absolutely. And the fact that she just gives up and says, yeah, we're negotiating with him. Yeah, we're good.
Bond is the only one willing to call her out.
And the fact that at least they're not everyone is against him for going rogue. Everyone understands Bond.
Everyone understands both sides, and they want Bond to win.
Yeah, and Q going, finally someone who's trying to do
someone with balls around here.
Yeah, someone that has some fucking guts and balls around here. The fact that Q said that to me Q is such a good father figure in that game.
Yeah.
Q is such a good dad in that game. Teaching, when Q was teaching Bond how to bow the tie, I was like, man, this has straight up dad teaching his son to tie his bow tie before prom.
Yeah.
This is a big vibe like that, and I loved it. I absolutely freaking loved it. It was such a well written. But
everyone is really well written in that game.
Even the bad guys, even the characters I don't like, I like.
Yeah.
I don't like. I think M is weak. M is.
But it fits the situation. But it fits the story. Her being a weaker character fits the story.
It's just that I was thinking that Greenway was going to replace her.
The thing is, a while before, if you remember our talks before you started playing the game, before this came out, and I showed you the picture and I showed you the clip of Greenway. I always felt there was going to be a really it was a really clear death flag for me, because you could kind of predict his story arc, that he's an asshole to Bond, he's a bully to Bond. He grows on him. They get they make their peace, and they find their what makes each other great, and then he gives his life to make sure Bond's mission succeeds. I really I always kind of knew that Greenway was going to die from a story perspective, because there were so many death flags surrounding him.
Yeah, but I was I'm kind of blind to
but if he did become the new M, that would have been really cool.
Would have been really interesting. But yeah, First Light's M is the actual evil queens of number advertised from GoldenEye.
Yeah, she's she's a bureaucrat. That's and she is limited. She is both limited in mind and in practice by the law, by the British law.
Because she becomes more nuanced in Tomorrow Never Dies and The World Is Not Enough. She becomes an actual character.
Yeah, because Dench comes off a lot stronger than this version of M. This version of M kind of feels you can tell they try to make her play a mother figure to Bond, but It's not there. It's not like the acting isn't as intense as say Judi Dench's.
Yeah,
And to
because
me,
no matter what,
Dench's is the best. Like I know you don't like a lot of the Craig stuff, but to me, still, even both in Craig and in Brosnan, Dench is the best M across the
best part
spectrum.
of the movie. Judi Dench was genuinely the best part of these movies, and when she retired her side of the character, I was like, yeah, that's Skyfall for you. But I was like, man, the new M fucking sucks, dude. Like, holy shit, what a fucking wet rag.
Yeah, I think it was the Almighty Lolly, that guy that I showed off earlier. He kind of calls it out that like, yeah, this new M is kind of incompetent at her job, and she doesn't know how to take risks. She isn't prepared to handle the rigors of an intelligence agency. Just because she came from politics or just because she came from the government doesn't mean
It's
she can that she's qualified to run like a spy agency.
obvious that she was sitting on Thea.
What is it?
She was sitting on Thea's success.
Yeah.
Because
Which
now
is
for the first
probably
time-
why she was so reluctant to go after Webb, because she knew that like Thea was her whole reputation.
Yeah, because that's what makes M like this is like it makes Thea look so powerful, but at the expense of the competency of M.
Yeah.
And
That is a really interesting angle.
And yeah, it makes Thea a very cool super weapon, quote unquote. Despite the fact that I was convinced it was the nerve gas. I was nervous, I was like, oh my god, is it going to be fucking Jane? Is it going to be fucking Call of Duty?
Nova 6 in my Bond game. Here's the thing, I found it really funny that like why was there nerve gas in a satellite, in a crashed satellite? Why was that there? It's like a lot of it doesn't look like. There are bits of the opening that don't make entire sense to me, but it's still fun. And speaking of that, well, I'm going back to this frame. Like again, look, I know you didn't play throughout most of Girls Frontline, but your avatar is literally a Girls Frontline character. Okay, so you gotta You gotta bear with me here. I saw a lot from Thea to Hyperion to everything. A lot of Girls Frontline elements in First Light, because as most of GFL.
You're gonna have to explain it to me, because apart from
Okay, you know who UMP40 is, right? In GFL, the one who who UMP40 is, right?
I know how she looks. I don't know who she is.
She dies. There's a squad. The HK squad.
You have to know that the forest I went to Girls Frontline is. I don't think I've recruited a single or met a single member of AR team yet.
Oh man, you didn't meet wife? You didn't meet my wife?
Bro, the game I couldn't beat the first boss. I couldn't beat the boss. Like my team sucked so much. I was like, I'm not going to spend a fucking dime on this game.
I'm having trouble with it at the moment, but I'm still having fun because I did that stream of it on Monday and I had a lot of fun with that.
It was very boring because but I'm doing nothing. The abilities play themselves. The only thing.
Okay, you know what? I'll say it in a way that you can understand. Okay. This is Bond. This is Bond. Guy in the center. That's Bond. UMP40. She's Monroe. UMP40 dies in a really bad way before the events of the main story. This is Persica's the lady that runs Taxim. Javier Whitkin, who was featured heavily in the last stream I played. This is Q, and you can really tell. You can really get that sense from him.
Yes.
Yeah, Kalina. You know who Kalina is.
Moneypenny.
Kalina is absolutely Moneypenny, and Hellion is M.
I thought M was Kruger.
No. Well, Kruger it's like you can this requires a more feminine touch to really demonstrate this side of
No,
M.
fair enough.
This is Lunasia. This is Lunasia. She's she's Hyperion. This is yes, I mentioned Hyperion. She's not like I included her in as a reference to Thea, but she's closer to Hyperion. Thea is closer to Elisa, the leader of Sangvis Fairy, because she was the first prototype of Lunasia, while Lunasia is like the sister. The sister is the true mastermind. This is Lunasia. This is Hyperion. This is Webb. This is Rudolf von Oberstein. This is Webb. William here also like the funniest part about like how you mentioned Webb is the villain, but like Sir Webb is the villain, but Damien is the antagonist. That's how William is, kind of. Like, William is the overarching villain of Girls Frontline 1, but, like, the way that he's handled reminded me all too much. Like, the way Damien is handled reminds me too much of William in GFL. Like, his relationship with the mother, how despite being father and son, he has a big rivalry with Sir Webb. And like the way and because both Damien and William are knockoff Albert Weskers, so that's like a fun aspect of it. And then this is Griffin, of Griffin and Kroiger, the guy who looks like Galahad from Kingsman. That's Foreign Secretary Bright.
Yeah, I never really understood the purpose of that character.
Yeah, if you know Zero from Metal Gear, like, Griffin is like an altered version of Zero from Metal Gear. So that's what you need to know about him.
I understood his purpose in the game. Like, I was like, Secretary Blight.
Oh, Secretary Bright. You mean the foreign? Because he's the foreign ambassador for the UK. He's like the Secretary of State. He's the foreign minister. He's like the ambassador.
Yeah, but what was his purpose? What the fuck he was doing? Because I saw
Webb was trying to get him the prime minister spot.
Oh, okay.
Hyperion was used as an electron calculator to like manipulate events to get Bright into power. Bright would allow Webb to continue operations with his AIs and shut down the 00 program to prevent further inquisition into Webb.
So that's what M meant, that when they were going to punish Bright, it was just he's guilty of having bad friends.
Yeah, like because he was being used as the puppet. But I thought Bright would be the main villain behind Webb, but no, it was Webb behind Bright.
I felt that if it was Bright, it would have been too much like C from Spectre.
Yeah, kind of like that. That's fair.
And I didn't like. I thought like C was like. Honestly,
he's an interesting it could have been interesting, but it wasn't done well.
Nothing. He doesn't have a lair. He doesn't have a henchman. He doesn't have goons. He has nothing. Why the fuck is he part of this? What's his purpose? He has a nothing role in that movie.
Yeah, again, because if you're aware of British politics or the nature of British,
he's there to be a foil to M, and it's like, why M needs a foil?
M is supposed to be just M, but yeah, he's supposed to be like the evil side of M.
It's just further reason why I don't like Spectre and. Like,
the thing is, I feel like C could have been a better written character if it was written with an actual personality. There was a good concept, but horrible execution.
Last thing I want to say about No Time to Die is that at the end, at the end when they salute Bond,
it's just done terribly.
How many times they did that for all the times he quote-unquote went AWOL? Did they do that any time before? I just... Anyway, any fucking... fuck Spectre. Yeah, Blight was like a nothing character. I think it was just like an extra layer to Webb's plan. But honestly, that's just cementing the fact that Nick Webb was not the antagonist of this.
Yeah.
It was just a vehicle for his son.
Yeah. Who had the actual personality? Like, I did find it interesting, like reading like Sir Webb's like, little rant again, going back to the Girls Front Line connections, like his whole obsession with AI and like control over mankind. It could like it reminded like he reminded me also of Griffin from GFL, because that's basically what rostritrism is. Okay, you don't know what rostritrism is. It's like this like ideology that the bad guys from GFL use, and it reminded me a lot of that.
For one of the things I saw, for me, it makes me laugh a little bit because this just cements even more the whole. This is the first Bond story for this Bond. This is his origin story. Is that his personal main villain in his story is not the villain. It's the henchman of the villain.
Yeah, it's the secondary.
Yeah, and that's the thing I found very interesting. Is that he dies out of nowhere. Izol kills him, and it's like, oh my god, no, you shouldn't have killed him, and he just, but he's out of the, okay, but oh man, that's so.
Is that how is that really how he should have ended? Like, and then we come to realize, no, it's William. I mean Damien, who's the real villain behind him. Like,
that's for me. That's probably like this is on par with The World Is Not Enough in terms of the villain, but not the villain.
Oh, like how Renard versus Elektra.
Yeah, Renard is
the nominal villain, but Elektra is really the real villain behind it.
Of Elektra.
What is it?
He's the henchman of Elektra. That's the most unique relationship with
the unique. That's the unique aspect.
Yes, because
that's how to subvert the Bond formula properly. Is having the Bond girl be the main villain.
And that was such a.
Well, it's something interesting that I wrote. I think that I read somewhere. I think it was Brosnan who said it. Bond thinks of her. Bond thought of Elektra as the next Tracy, but she's really the next Blofeld.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And it reminds me, there aren't enough female main villains. She's the only female main villain, besides maybe Kleb, across the entire series.
And even Kleb, that was a henchman.
Yeah, she was still like a pawn for Blofeld.
Yeah, and that's honestly just, man, I cannot wait to see more.
Yeah.
This was a fun fucking thing, dude. This game was, man. It's the best 8 out of 10 game you ever played. It's the best 8 out of 10 game you ever played because this game has flaws. There's stuff about this game I don't like.
They tried and they pulled it off most of it.
But the thing is that despite everything, this game has fucking soul, and it comes from a place of love. It's clear that whoever
they genuinely care about what they're working with, and that is an extreme rarity in the modern era.
They don't try to teach you anything. They don't try to force you anything. They don't throw you morals or whatever in your face. They tell you a story. That is it. And wow, you don't need to be a 10 out of 10 cinematic masterpiece to be a fun joyride. Sometimes you can just be a joyride. I mean, you do a roller coaster. You have done them all. It's gonna be the same thing. It's just a different It's just gonna be a variant of it. But it doesn't try to tell you something else or try to force to be something else. It just is what it's supposed to be. a fun Bond adventure, and it used the limitation and the liberties of the medium and the narrative.
Yeah, but it took full advantage of the fact that it was a video game first.
And I was, like I said, I was terrified that it wasn't going to do that because Bloodstone didn't do it, GoldenEye didn't do it, 00's Legend did. Well, okay, they did Moonraker, but it's still
Yeah, they did Moonraker, but like for 5 minutes.
They did Moonraker because, oh my god, look, Soy Jack pointing. Look, it's Moonraker with the laser gun. Woo! It's like, oh man. But this game went all in. I'm just like, cool. Now please never do fucking AI again. We're good. We had Mission Impossible. We had and now we have this.
And so no more AI villain. You don't want that anymore.
We get it. We have a AI sentient and a imperfect AI. That's good. We have seen it all. Please show me something new. It's anything.
All right.
You're gonna tell me that today, in the modern day, there's no other way to be evil than AI? Is that where we're at?
I mean, it is the new it is the new devil of our time in a way. So like everyone obsesses over it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, come on, there has to be.
There is more, but there is more to play. Like, there is more in real life that we have to play with for a Bond caper.
Yeah, we don't even need to go like in real life. We can just get like fuck it, Moonraker again. Or we can go with the dumb idea that I have for a Bond villain's plan, but I don't have a super weapon.
You want I don't want other people to steal it, but are you okay if I talk about it here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you said that it was about shutting down the internet, right?
Yeah, they wanted to because everything is so digital and now
right, back to the old ways, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's basically the plan of Metal Gear Solid, but if it was a bad thing.
Yeah, you mean Liquid Ocelot? You mean?
Yeah, exactly. It would be shutting down the Patriot.
Shut down the world.
Yeah, but oh my god, it's a bad thing.
Anyways, I think we've said a lot of our piece for tonight. So
play this game.
Yeah. I will look into ways to play it. I will look into ways to play it. But thank you so much, Kilroy. I have pissed off my parents and probably my neighbors from talking so loud. Thank you so much for joining me, Kilroy, today. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Yes, it's been also a pleasure on my end. 10 years in the making.
They called it the first light in 10 years for a reason.
Oh man.
Yeah.
For real.
Thank you, Big Yike. Thank you, Mr. Clanker upstairs. Thank you, Last Sam, and that's who we got. I think we'll be raiding into Haunty Miles. But thank you everyone who came out to love, and I'll be seeing you likely next Thursday. But see you.